All right, tonight, we're back. I'm back anyway. It's weird being back over here in the host chair. We're going to do a Lime Beer Shootout. That's right, everybody's waiting for that. 8 lime beers, blind taste tested, head-to-head. We're doing that tonight. We got the NFC season win totals and some top picks to go along with those. We sure do. We got a hot topic, and of course, we've got, if you saw our thumbnail, you got Ryan Glinski in the house tonight, broadcaster extraordinaire. Glinski. Johnny Galicki. That's different. Yeah, okay, anyway. Hey, I'm JT. Sorry, Ryan. We are the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys. This show, BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in
the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Such a great, cool Thursday evening. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, and if you're seeing us on YouTube, it's great to be with you. And if you're seeing us live, please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. We'd love to hear from you. There's actually a couple people chiming in right now. And if you'd prefer, rather than chatting, you can certainly text us too. That number to text us, TNG Live 007, also known as 864-548-3007. And also, I have more information. I'm full of information tonight. We're going to open up the phone lines later too, so you can call in and get your voice heard on the most powerful show about beer and sports on the internet. That's right. And finally, folks, if we provide you guys any sort of value tonight, maybe it's going to be a hot NFL futures betting tip, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Do me a favor. Give this video a like. It's a thumbs up. Looks like this, and or your subscription to the Numbers Guys would be big league appreciated. And now with me for the entire hour, to my right, your left, the man wearing, what are you wearing tonight?
I got...
Is that a Veasan?
They sent me another Adidas shirt. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it looks good.
Feels different.
Is that a little fuchsia?
Cool. I don't
Is that
know.
what you call that?
It's kind of a fuchsia color.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
And then I got the... I had to pay for this. The Vegas Statistics and Information Network.
Yeah, it looks good, buddy.
We're fans of that.
Yeah, for sure. Not a big fan.
Tones is actually... it's growing on him, he said.
He's becoming a fan.
I am becoming a fan.
Yeah.
So,
It's on my. It's in my office on More and More.
Is it on like 24/7 feed? Like that's in. Is that how you guys run it over there?
when Tones is in, it's usually MS
No,
NBC.
it's not. That will not be on in my
NPR?
office,
NPR, he said...
so. We got some business news.
He's fine with
We got some
NPR,
business-
he just doesn't want to fund it.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't fund it.
Not
Yeah.
in my back.
Big Bird can pay for himself.
That's PBS.
He's got a job. He's got a job.
So.
Yeah.
Same line of work, I guess.
Yeah. Good to see you, pal. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you. Next to you, wearing the Carhartt, representing the working man over there.
Working man. That's why I celebrate in my brand new big beautiful bill. It's gonna help
did
the
that
middle
pass?
class. Yeah. Well,
not
at least the
bad.
house.
That
At least
passed the
house,
house,
so,
right? Yeah. Okay.
But
That's Tones, by the way.
It's a long
and,
way
and,
away, buddy.
and one of the few unity things across this country. In the Senate, 100 to 1. You know how many people are in the Senate? DW? 100, right?
Yeah, 2 for each
Yeah.
state.
So there's 50 divided by 2. Okay.
What about
So
DC?
Multiplied by 2.
representation?
one of the few votes in history, no tax on tips, 100 to 0,
Wow.
which is, you always think there's going to be a straggler or an extremist on either side that
Yeah.
says no. How many times do you see that? Very few
I'm
times.
against that one.
I mean, like,
Well, I'm
how
going to
many
get
things
paid in all tips going forward.
That's
how
what I'm going to start.
taking my
Yeah,
compensation
mostly
in tips.
tip.
Yeah, just tip me. There's a
Tip.
$1 bill,
Yeah,
$149 tip.
$200 bill, $300 tip.
I got your taxes taxes here. It's free this year, but I got the Cash App if you want to tip.
Yeah, you want to tip me $150 to $200?
You
Sure.
would be Kiplinger to this one.
Take all my comp and tip.
Oh, jeez. Well, next to you, though, Tones.
This which way?
Last week's host, wearing the Detroit Tigers hat. That's to your right.
Feels nice not to be hosting today.
Yeah, pressure's off. Gonna sit back there. And what's that shirt say, Rich? It's got a P on it.
I think it's P for Puma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty sweet. Looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking good too. You look like you're ready. It looks like it's 90 out, but it's not.
Well, it is lime beer tonight. Lime beer. So I'm really kind of
so you kind of just for the.
I can't tell if it's Halloween or Memorial Weekend out there right now.
I know, man.
Can't get a feel of it.
Yeah.
What was that thing that Rich said a couple weeks ago? There's crisp in the air, but it's
yeah.
it's for summer.
It was pretty profound. Yeah.
Summer crisp,
It blew me away.
like summer crisp ale or something.
Yeah.
I come up with some deep thoughts every now and
Like
then.
Jack Andy.
Rich Handy.
Rich Andy.
Handy for a different reason.
Hey, to your right, we got Ryan Glinski, also known as Ryan Galecki, if you're me. What's going on, Ryan?
Nothing much. Just coming back from Central Michigan University. Just graduated from there.
Congratulations.
Congratulate.
Fire
Fire
up,
chips.
absolutely. We just saw Zach McKinstry get out too. So CMU alum there.
Oh, yes.
Yes, right.
He just donated to the school not too long ago, so gotta love that. But I'm enjoying it here. Sounds like a great environment, and there's beer involved. So
plenty of beer.
If anyone thinks I'm young enough, I am 22, so I'm good to go.
Have you tried any beer at CMU? Do they have that there?
No, you don't. Not at all. Not at all.
I don't care if you're 22. You signed the waivers beforehand, so I mean, you're on your own.
Now, was he saying 22 the number, or was it 20 also?
Oh, he's 20 as well? Is that what you're saying? Like 22?
I'm 20.
22 the number.
Just
2
like
2.
the-
Gotcha.
Like
Okay, I'm
the
sorry.
Taylor Swift song.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm 20.
but I was going to say that. I was definitely going to say
Tells on
that.
the tip of your
I
tongue.
don't know about you.
Ryan, third day working at Woodward Sports, one of the
That's
YouTube
pretty cool,
channels
though,
and
Woodward
things that we
Sports.
love.
I like
One
Sure.
of our
One of the
competitors.
slightly
Yeah, not
bigger.
really.
I've been to that Lady Jane's
Medias.
a few times there.
Yeah, that's
Woodward
Oh, that's right. It's in Birmingham.
always
right?
business in there. Always
Yeah.
business in there.
Sports. Yeah.
Sure.
Do you get free haircuts?
I have been told I get free haircuts. I've only been there for 3
How about
days.
the massage, the scalp massage? Would they do that for free?
I don't know about that, but
It's an add-on.
in the studio, one of their advertisers donated a $1,500 full massage chair. Like there's a foot massager, calf massagers, your
Oh,
hamstrings.
it's like the
back.
ones at Planet, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you go up in the air and go like parallel to the ground. It's like all sweet.
Wow.
Feels great.
Now you remember it's a free haircut, but you have to tip.
Now, does
Tax-free, though.
DMAC like lime beer? Did you?
I'll have to. Oh, he's not in
I don't
it,
think
bro.
there's
I'll
a
have to ask
beer
him. I'll have
that
to ask
DMAC
him next
doesn't
week.
like.
I just thought of something. Do we not have to tip as much now since they're not being taxed on them?
Oh, when you tip, do you compensate for the fact that it was
Tax
taxable?
factor.
Right, I was talking DMAC over here, and you're thinking tips.
Yeah, he's still
You're
thinking
like
about
you're
that.
gonna say some
So
money
now
on tips.
maybe 20% is no longer the.
DW is just figuring out how it could be cheaper with servers now.
Blown his mind.
I think we're gonna go with Rich's suggestion of 16% all these years.
I don't know. I don't believe in 16%. Never did that
That's
in my
your
life.
factor.
It's 17,
No,
not
maybe when I
16.
was 17.
Yeah. Right. Hey, Ryan, thanks for being here, man. We do appreciate it. And you picked a great night to be here because we're going to do the Lime Beer Shootout for our Libation Exploration
Shootout?
tonight.
I like the
You
sound
guys
of
ready?
that.
Let's try to give it a go. Let's do it.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's Libation Exploration with the numbers, guys.
That's an original song
Right.
there.
That is an original song.
Original
Yeah,
beats.
you believe
Trademark
that?
pending.
Ryan, do you believe that's an original song?
No, I don't actually. I thought it was
Wow.
something you just pulled off YouTube or something.
No, that was
Ooh, rain's coming
written
down.
in-house.
Jim's creative control.
Oh,
Yeah, I like that. I like creative
well, it
control.
sounded great.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. You're welcome back anytime, Ryan. So here's the way this works. We were talking about this, I forgot when, maybe a couple nights ago,
got a lot of
several nights
letters
ago.
here.
I had a couple
Couple
of lime
hours
beers
ago.
at home, a couple hours ago. And I had 2 lime beers side by side. I don't remember what the 2 lime beers were. But in any event, so I said, you know what we should do? We should get all the lime beers and we'll taste them all. We'll do a blind taste test and we'll figure out which lime beer is the best. Right?
How are we gonna do this, Jim?
Oh, let me tell you. Let me show you how this works.
How do we? Yeah,
I'll put this on the screen. Okay.
lime beer.
So we're going to blindly taste the same beer at the same time. So we're going to start with beer A. We'll all taste it. Okay. And then we're going to go around and we're going to get your brief keyword here, Daryl. Brief. Because there's 8 beers times
Daryl's
5
never
of
done
us.
anything in 10 seconds.
This could be 2 hours. So it's just a 10-second. What do you think? Just your first impressions, right? Okay. We're going to repeat this for beers A through H. Making sense so far?
So we do A twice?
No. I could see where you when I thought that, but no. Nope. And then once all the beers have been tasted, you're going to have a minute or so where you can retaste them. Okay, just because obviously after you've had them all, you might have a different opinion on some of these. And then
Got wet balls out there.
you're going to rate each beer in that link that I gave you, that I sent you. So you're going to want to open that up.
So yeah, I was going to say, how am I going to keep tabs?
Here's how you're going to do
Without
it.
writing this down.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best. You can use decimals, Rich.
Okay. Thank you.
But do me a favor, don't put like 4-point lime or something. Keep them to numbers, because what's going to happen is it's going to automatically average all these scores out at the very end.
4-point line?
Yeah, because I could see you putting like 4-point lime or something
creative.
Yeah, something creative like that. So don't do that, because then it's going to screw everything up. And then I think we got to keep these ratings to like the lime beer style only, right?
Okay.
Not just beers overall, but just for lime beers. This would be
Just
a
lime
4.5.
beers. So the
right.
best lime beer you ever had is 5. Worse than lime beer is 1.
You got it. Yep. And then finally, once all the scores have been submitted, they're going to be added up, revealed, and the beer with the highest average score wins. And wins what, you may ask? Well, of course, it's the numbers guy's Bill Lambier Lime Beer Award. That's the Bill Lambier Lime Beer Award.
Oh, he looks so
for
happy to be in that
2025.
picture.
He does look pretty happy being on the Lime Beer Lime Beer Award.
When you
Lime beer.
unveil the ratings, we're going to go from worst to first, just to build up the...
Yeah.
It's not that advanced. No, it's going to show them all on the screen with the composite rating. I did this last night. It's
Probably
pretty
shoot
good
for it
for
next
the
year, I guess.
time I sunk into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here.
So we start with A. Okay.
Yeah, let's start with A, but I'm going to introduce the challengers first.
Okay.
I'll probably do that, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we got Corona, not part of the shootout. Not part of the shootout. I gave everybody Corona because that's kind of the de
palate
facto.
cleanser.
Yeah. There's also some crackers here if you need to cleanse your palate. I wanted to make sure that we
Something to-
super accurate on
Well,
this.
we got 5 crackers in here.
It's, I guess technically, if you cracker. So Corona, made by Grupo Modelo, 4.6 ABV, 12 pack, 1649, 148 calories. And what I did is I came up with a index. It's called the TNG Hammer Drunk Waste Watcher Index and the TNG Hammer Drunk Value Index.
Is that what the South African president said?
Come on, got to bring that into this time.
Yeah, I did have to bring that in.
So what these numbers represent
Oh, Daryl's got his glasses out.
is, you're going to need this.
readers.
This is big time. So the Waste Watcher Index, not to be confused with Weight Watchers, because that is probably copyrighted or trademarked.
Yeah, Oprah will come in.
Yeah, I don't want that. So how many calories is there against how much alcohol by volume is there? So in other words, if there was a low alcohol by volume and a lot of calories, that index number would be low. Right?
Confusing me. Can we just get on to the next
It's easy to
challenger?
confuse you, Rich, but I got to finish. You have the Hammered Drunk Value Index.
Did you, Ryan, did you take beer statistics?
This is
in,
beer statistics.
CMU?
Maybe at my own time.
Yeah.
Standard deviations and stuff like
So on this one, it's basically how much are you paying per unit of alcohol by volume. So the higher the number there, the more alcohol you're getting for the price that you pay.
I don't think
Okay.
I've ever heard anyone break down how much you spend on each part of percent of alcohol. That's top of the line
So
stuff.
you weren't at a frat party on a Saturday night, like, well, what is the beer alcohol index on this one?
Well, we're the
Next
numbers
level.
guys. I mean, we should have some numbers involved, I would assume, right?
It fits the theme. It fits the
It
theme.
fits the theme. Yeah, so sometimes you want to get drunk really inexpensively. You'd want to have a beer that's high on the Hammer Drunk Value Index. Makes sense.
You are rethinking the way I think of alcohol.
I'm glad I could help you. All right, so here are the challengers. We got Labatt Blue Lime. Blue Lime, ABV 4.0, $13.99 a 12-pack, relatively inexpensive over at Total Wine. 115 calories, pretty low there as well. And then about average on the Waste Watcher Index and a little bit above average on the Value Index. We've got Lodge Lime from Leinenkugels, 4.7 ABV, $17 a 12-pack of Total Wine, 156 calories, a little bit below average on the Waste Watcher and a little bit above average on the value. We've got Modelo Chelada Limon y Sal. That's salt and lime, right? Is that what that means?
I'll buy it.
Now, this one's the lowest ABV on the board at 3.5. $16.99 a 12er.
3.5. Might as well be drinking some
Pretty low.
Flint water.
Pretty low. 120 calories. And then the Waste Watcher Index. This is the worst on the board. And also the Hammer Drunk Value Index. This is the worst on the board.
Where's
Put a
bang for
lot of
your
those
buck?
down.
we got Founders on Cloud Lime. 5%. This is, of course, a Michigan beer. 5% ABV. Not real cheap at $18.49 a 12er. 140 calories, 35.7. So a little bit, actually right about average on the Waste Watcher and a touch above average on the Value Index. We've got another Michigan beer, Old Nation Tranquilas. Is that how
I
you
brought
say that?
this one.
You brought this one. Tranquilas?
Sure.
Yeah. Highest ABV on the board, 5.5. Look at the price of a
That is
12
not
pack,
in
though.
the CMU budget.
No, $24.73, and this has an
Not at
asterisk.
all.
These are only available in 16-ounce 4-packs, so I had to do the conversion
That's
there.
like 36 Rolling Rocks right there.
Oh, shit. It's probably more Rolling Rocks for 25 bucks than
know.
that, even. Yeah, 165 calories.
I think it's tariffed now.
Yeah, it might be. Garage Beer Lime. I'm excited about this one. This is Braxton Brewing in Covington, Kentucky. Only 4% ABV, but only $12.99 a 12-pack.
Wow.
And only 95 calories. So if you're watching your waist,
That's
this
a
might
good
be
index, 42.
This is my early
Tops.
favorite in the house. So it
Tops.
tastes good.
Yeah, this
Garage
Good point.
beer.
As long as it tastes good.
Bud Light Lime. Everybody's had this.
Classic.
4.2 ABV, $15 a 12 or 116 calories, kind of middle of the road. For
That's probably
both.
their early favorite before we.
I would
Right?
say
I
this
think
is the median, though. This is going to be the median beer.
Think so? You think it's
think
going to
so.
line up?
I think you're
This
not-
is everybody's go-to lime beer.
Exactly, because you know it's not going to be bad and it's not going to hit the wall.
Okay. So let's
Yeah. And this is the last one. We got Michelob Ultra Infusions Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus. 4% ABV, $17, tied at 95 calories for the best, and tied at the Waste Watcher Index, 42.1, but a little bit expensive if you noticed, 27.6 on the Hammer Drunk Value Index, only at 27.6 when the average is 31. Okay, are we ready?
I wonder if the prickly pear is going to.
I don't remember which letter is which, so it's going to be an interesting thing for all of us here.
All right.
Shall we go to A?
Let's do it.
Let's do A.
I'm thirsty.
Try A. I got to open up this score sheet here. Give A a go.
Are we scoring now or waiting?
I'm going to say you probably want to at least give yourself an idea.
Okay, has everybody got the app?
Are we doing decimals or straight
Can
numbers?
do decimals.
You can do decimals, yes.
But not creative decimals.
Right. No words, because words are going to screw it up. Okay, so this is A. Okay. Dub, what's your thought on that?
Thinking this is going to be the worst one. I don't like it. Just my initial thought, but I've had 3 sips now.
Supposed to just have a small sip and come back around.
4 sips. Something about it I don't like. Not enough fizz. Not enough that salty lime flavor. I don't like it.
It's salty. Yeah.
Way too light. The lime's just not bold enough in this one. It's they needed to throw a little more lime juice in there, but a little too light. I agree with DW. This is going to be one of the lower end ones, I think. So
Thank you.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's like, this is summertime loving right here. You can throw these back all day. It's got just enough lime flavor for me. I don't need it overpowering. I'm a fan of that one.
Okay, Rick.
I think it's pretty middle of the park. It seems like a little bland. Like it doesn't feel like I'm tasting alcohol or anything, lime, anything.
It'd be dangerous.
Exactly.
let's
They
get
could be very dangerous. That could affect the rating, but no, I would say it's pretty middle of the park.
I'm with you guys 100%. I feel like I could use a little bit more lime, but it's a pretty authentic lime taste, I think.
I think
I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
You got a fake taste on that one?
No,
Yeah.
I think it's
Try
tastes
next to the
pretty
Corona
normal.
here.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to B.
On to Bay.
We want to go reverse this time? So we can switch.
Yeah,
it a
that's for
little
sure. Yeah. Okay. Ryan, you got a thought on that one?
Definitely better than the first one. I'll tell you that. I feel like they could definitely. I feel like the lime. I feel like the lime now. I'm getting another taste in there. I feel like the lime is pretty solid amount of lime in there. I don't think it's too overpowering. I feel it's pretty solid. I like that one actually a lot.
It's yeah. Okay.
Richie.
I mean, I think it's more beery. It's a more beer. Like,
Yeah.
if you like beer, then it's a better, like, more, less lime taste to me, I guess. But I think I could see how people appreciate it more because it's more like, I don't know what I call it, hoppy or whatever, but it's less limey to me, more beer, more of a beer taste.
Yeah, fuller beer, definitely a tad heavier. Lime flavor's not bad.
I need like water or something.
This one's a notch above A, but
Definitely after
I'm
the
not.
segment,
I don't
definitely
think this
water.
is gonna win the competition for me, but it's a notch up from B. So
I
Or for me, I
think
should
I got this one like 50% better than the last one. Like everything Tone said, a little heavier, more robust.
oh yeah, Robusto.
Yeah.
I like it. I could drink this.
I'd say Rich nailed it. It's got a little hoppiness to it, where the other one had no hoppiness.
Yeah, you could taste a little
Yeah.
happiness.
That's what I'm going with. A little salty, a little hoppy. All right, let's go to C.
Yeah. Say.
Start this one
See.
off, Jim.
I'll start this one off.
Now that's lime in your face.
Yeah, I can tell you already, I don't care for this one. I think I know what it is, even. It's got a very fake, sweet lime taste to it.
It's like bam.
I don't
no
like
fizz
that one.
either.
Yeah, not a lot of fizz.
No,
No
Dub?
fizz, no thanks.
no,
Nope, that's lower than A.
absolutely.
Yeah, this one's not.
It doesn't even taste like I'm drinking beer. It's
I think we might have a new lead
like a
in
fruit-
the doghouse
it
here.
tastes like fruit juice or something.
I feel like this is the beer that you go to a bar or restaurant and you're like, yeah, I'll try that one. And like the waitress or bartender, wait or whatever is, yeah, this is new. Let's, they're promoting it. And you're like, yeah, we'll give it a shot. And then you take a couple sips in and you're like,
Yeah.
just give me what I'm normally.
Yeah, just give me my Bud Light, please, that I ordered.
It's like give me your Shirley Temple beer.
More like this is great for a 50-cent pitcher night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 50-cent pitcher night. For sure, I do that, yeah.
No, this one's screwing my stomach. It's too sweet.
I
don't
think
like this at all.
anything on 50-cent pitcher night is pretty sweet though. I drink anything.
That's a good point. Richie?
I think I've already chimed in.
Okay.
I'm not a
Well,
fan. I'm not. It is too fakey.
Hard
too
pass.
fakey.
Hard
definitely.
pass.
Definitely. Hope that no one is worse than that one.
All right, let's move on to D. D, this one's a little different color.
Oh yeah.
And actually, you know what? It's kind of hazy in a way. A little bit.
Wow. Wow. I says
Wow. All right.
it's got some lime to it.
Definitely the most lime out of the first four.
Dude, it's like you're drinking the ocean.
Wow.
I kind of like it though.
Blech.
Oh, yeah, I feel we're talking about the salt. Yeah.
This is like a slap in the face.
Yeah. My
This
blood
has got
pressure's
the,
through the roof all of a sudden.
What's
It's got the fizz to it that I like so much.
I think it's just the salt burning
no?
your
It's
throat.
like,
Well, you know I have a bit of a salt problem.
Yeah, well, God dang.
it's like somebody poured Morton's in my mouth and then just threw a lime in there and like.
This is gonna
shut
be
it.
my favorite, just so you guys know I'm not cutting ahead of anybody here, but
Oh, this
I would
is
say
this
four-
is
yeah.
no.
I don't like the aftertaste either. Ugh.
That's the worst.
It can bring some bitter beer face, but I really
No.
like this beer.
This is trash.
I mean, if you like citrus,
Matt. Sorry.
Yeah.
everybody's
Sorry,
got different
guys.
tastes.
This is
on
the
mine.
Genesee of lime beers.
I like it a lot.
okay.
I don't know if you can drink a lot of these, but
I do
if
like
I'm starting with this one. I think.
I do like how everyone's got a different variety
Ugh.
of all the beers. Like
Ugh.
no one's really agreeing outside of what was it? Beer C or D? That was
yeah.
everyone agreed that was pretty trash. But other
was
than that, everyone's got a good variety.
I want to
absolutely
know.
right.
I'm really curious to know what D is after that at this segment.
You're going to find out here in a minute. How
Hard
about E? E for elephant.
E. Okay.
Yeah. Well, compared to the last one.
This was
one doesn't
much
taste like it.
milder compared to the last one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
this is a lime beer?
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. After that last
I
one.
can't taste that bit of lime, but it might be just where the.
That's a tad. It's just super light though.
Maybe we should have a cracker or something to try to cleanse our
I've been
palate
eating
a little bit.
crackers, yeah.
Have you? Okay, I might have a couple.
Crackers and no doughs.
Reset.
Oh, we have crackers out here. Yeah, really no opinion on this. I can't taste it.
There's nothing there.
I can't really taste
No,
it either
thank you.
at this point.
No, thank you.
If I've ever had a 2.5 beer in my life, this is it.
Yeah.
This is too light.
Too light?
Too light.
All right.
I put 2.5 lime.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Rich.
It's gonna throw up his algorithms.
Those aren't numbers.
Yeah. We got to remind Rich what a number is occasionally. Gets confused.
I do.
All right, let's move on.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
F.
F. F.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Definitely feels like this is definitely a seltzer.
Why you said that?
I don't
The
really
fuck is
taste
that?
beer at all.
It tastes like lime jello. Lime
I'm
jello.
gonna hate this.
It's like the
then, 'cause
lime jello
I'm
I
gonna-
had for my colonoscopy.
Yeah,
the
that
protein
was-
lime
Oh,
jello.
yeah, that was nasty.
That was the worst.
I actually bought more because it's
It doesn't
delicious.
taste like alcohol. That just tastes like a juice.
Oh, it could be wine or
God,
something.
that's
Yeah.
worse
Like a
than the,
nice.
that's
One of your nicest box wines.
I think I know what this is too.
This is shit.
You can figure this one out.
I got a lot of
I like
sub.
straight to the point.
I'm surprised I have a lot of subpar scores going on here. I thought I was gonna love.
I really don't
lime
like that.
lineup.
I don't like that one at all.
No.
No.
No, there's not that many good lime options out there. Wow.
Except
There's a
Corona.
lot of good lime options out here so far.
I don't know, man.
No.
That was gross though.
Oh my god. That's dog crap.
Yeah, that's on the poopy side of the median.
We on the G here? G. Let's try G.
G funk.
Thank God for these crackers,
Yeah.
Yeah, I need something here.
I like that one.
especially with all these. All
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the better one. Probably the best one that I've had.
right.
It's better than the last two.
Maybe
about
that's what I'm.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
It gets hard when they get up to 8.
Yeah, it is. We probably should have just kept this at 4, but that's okay.
I don't
Yeah,
like
good
it.
lime flavor on this one.
Kind of plain to me.
That's plain. It tastes like a beer with lime.
I would like a little more
I need some more lime.
cowbell. Fizz. No, fizz. I'd like a little more.
A little more pizzazz. we
Gotta
need.
A
have
little more
some
fizz.
No,
lime.
this is middle of the road.
That's
Yeah, it's better
exactly.
than the last couple.
We're fading here down the stretch.
All right, let's go do H.
The one
H.
the last.
This is the grand finale. Then I'll reveal the answers here.
Whoa. What the heck is that? What the?
Ooh, that smells funky.
Are you sure this is lime?
Pretty sure.
It might be the one with the
Oh my God.
mango shit in it. Or what, the prickly
With
pear?
the cactus
Yeah,
turds
this
or
might be-
something?
This might be the worst one.
Did you say a cactus turd?
No, take a sip of Corona and it tastes this. It tastes like Corona. I
without
know
the
I know
lime.
this one too.
This is the cactus.
It's gotta
No
be.
good.
No, I like this one.
You like it?
I like it. What do you think on this one, Ray?
Oh,
He's busy texting his girl
Or guy.
or guy. Yeah, I don't want to make
We're not.
assumptions
We
here.
don't. We don't care what you're into on this show.
not a huge fan of that one.
Not a huge fan.
Kind of in the middle.
Okay. All right, let's take a second
Ugh.
here. We'll go back and
man.
you can compare your scores after you anyone you want to taste again. And
I'm saying I'm just
See which
I'm
ones you
disappointed
like.
by the
I would say-
lineup here.
Yeah, I would also say that with the limes. Maybe I don't drink a ton of lime drinks.
I think the lemon and orange will have a better lineup.
What's your go-to, Ryan?
My go-to, if I'm drinking all day,
Which you've never done that
never
before.
do.
never
Until
done
you
that before.
graduated.
I would say a Coors Light or a Michelob Ultra. Those are probably the main
That's your go-to.
go-to. Yeah,
Day drinking.
day drinking. But if I'm just in there for a couple, maybe add a little bit more of a taste. Maybe like a long drink or something like that. But those make you dehydrated at the end of the
Yeah.
night.
So if you're going out to dinner, nice fancy restaurant, what kind of beer
A beer,
are you ordering up?
I would go Coors Light.
Coors
Mountains are blue.
Well, you got a fan.
Cold out and activated.
Yeah. All right.
I head for the mountains of Bush.
Beer.
Oh, I didn't even think of apples. You guys like the apples? Bush apples?
What is it?
Oh, no.
think I've had that
I've
one.
never
Never had
tried
it.
that one.
You guys have never tried the bush apples?
We have to
No.
do an apple line.
Are there 7
I
other
have.
beers that have
I
apple
like 'em.
infusion?
They're
I
very
like
good.
them. Very good.
I
Very
thought
good.
when they came out, like, I thought it was all a myth because there was, for like a year or so, I was only able to get them because my aunt stockpiled like 60 of them.
Yes.
So we would have them like on the like special holidays. We'd only drink them, and then
It's Christmas. Got to break out the bush. Yeah.
and
The bush
then
apple.
they all came out, and one of my roommates bought us all a 30 rack, and we drank all of them in like
How about Natter Days?
10 minutes.
oh no.
No?
No, that was a big hit on
It's a
our
big
show.
show. Big,
I'll tell you, the Bush Apple, they're coming back out with it. You know.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
okay.
I don't like the bush peach that they had. They kind of replaced it
It's
with.
okay.
My wife's cousin said that was his favorite beer of last summer. He drank it. That's the only thing he drank.
I would much rather have the bush apple than the bush
Okay.
peach.
I agree. I agree with that. Hey, well, before we get into the answers here, has everybody submitted their stuff?
All right, good submit.
We got Snoop in the chat. He says he took the Pacers to win Game 1 and the series, and then witnessed a miracle comeback. Last night, it was a miracle comeback. What
Yes.
a game that was. Holy shit.
Could you imagine if the Pacers lost after Halliburton went like that? Oh,
That's a good point.
They have been doing that all year. Those late comebacks. All playoff season, I should say.
Yeah. Aunt Debbie's in the house. Aunt Debbie Whiter says she's digging the shirt, Jim. Well, thank you very much. And then Grandma Lane says hi. What's going on, Grandma
It's gonna be
Lane?
Bud Light line.
How you doing? And then Snoop says MSLGB
I hope so.
in relation to what Tones might watch. MSLGB.
LGBTQ plus.
Yes, I think that's
That
what he's
one.
talking about. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
That's my go-to.
All right, let me pull this up here, and let's see what everybody rated what, and we'll reveal each beer. You guys ready?
I've already submitted.
Oh, okay, here we go. So Tones
Oh,
gives the Liney Lime Lodge, which was beer A, a
I was
3.2.
okay. I thought that was Bud Light Lime. Okay,
Yeah.
I was off.
Liney Lime Lodge. The Old Nation, a 3.6. Again, that was the most expensive one on the list. Bud Light Lime, 2.7. That was C. Yeah, I don't think anybody's
No,
giving
it's
that one a
blue-
good score.
Blue Light.
Or did I say Bud? Yeah, Blue Light. Thanks, Richie. Chelada Limon Isal. That was the one that tasted like you're drinking bathwater in a way, kind of like a salty. If you ever drank your bathwater after you
I
been
bought a
it,
12-pack of that shit, dude.
yeah, you're gonna be. Who liked it? Somebody give it to Daryl.
I'm gonna take a bath in it.
I think I like that one.
Yeah, you liked it. You guys maybe split the rest.
I'll
of
take
that.
a mineral
That was-
bath in it.
Sure. E was garage beer, the cheapest one on the list. F was the infusions, the Mick Ultra infusions. G was Bud Light Lime.
I assume
And
Bud Light
H,
Lime would have been up on my list. Yeah.
as it was.
Wow, that's some low ratings, Tones.
I was
Yeah.
not impressed with the lineup. at all.
You're known as a citrus guy.
Yeah.
Sure. So your two favorites were Old Nation and Bud Light Lime. There you go. D-Dub. We can, since we already revealed them, we'll just go over it. He gave B. Wow, really like that B with the actual beer hoppy flavor to it. The Old Nation was D-Dub's winner, followed by... No, I'm sorry, the Chelada. Are you fucking... Really? The Chelada? That was your...
You
That
love
was
that?
the salty one.
That was salty.
You want,
God
I
damn.
have some extra ones. I'm just gonna give
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna give
I didn't
it to you.
expect that.
Thank you.
Did not
I don't
expect
even
that.
remember what some of these tasted like.
There's no tax on beer gifts.
That's perfect.
That's true.
That's perfect.
See, I like the last one.
Wow, Jim actually broke out 2 decimal points.
I did, yeah. I hope I didn't screw anything up.
Oh, you probably screwed it up.
I probably screwed it up. I like the Enclave Lime, that last one. That tastes like a beer with lime in it.
It tasted funny to me. I'm not
Try
sure I
that
had
again.
the same age.
Try H again. Maybe I
No.
screwed up the H's.
It's
I don't
horrible
think so.
flavor.
Mine
It
was right.
smells funny.
It's a horrible flavor.
Gerald would say,
Okay.
what the
All right.
H?
Yeah.
I'm questioning Jim, Genesee, and this crap. Like, I have some questions.
Richie, his number one. You've got to be kidding me. The Chelada.
I like the
You
Chelada.
like the Chelada.
It's going to be our.
I got a lot of gifting to do here.
Followed by Leinenkugel.
5 each.
Gave Leinenkugel a nice rating there.
I thought
And then
Leinenkugel-
Ryan says, what does
Oh,
he
can I
got?
go back? Can I see what Bud Light Lime rated? Wow.
You did a 2.6. The Bud Light Lime.
I don't know what's wrong. I guess I'm a Leinenkugel Chelada man now.
Sure. And then Ryan, number one for him was the Old Nation Tranquilas.
That's a good
Take
one,
the kid
though.
out
That was a good
CMU.
I,
and
was that our
expensive
highest
taste.
average rating? I think.
I think so. I'm going to pull that part up.
I think it was
right
our highest
now, Tones.
average rate.
I think that was probably our
Chelada
highest.
was too controversial to pull out the
A
top.
little bit, yeah.
Let's see. All right.
little bit.
Do I have to refresh this? I think I do.
Droid.
And
Can't read that.
Was it George?
George Droid? He's a bot.
It's a bot.
Hey, welcome aboard.
AI bot.
AI bot.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I have the results. The results are in. I think.
Beep boop beep
Well, let
boop
me
beep
see
boop.
which
pop,
one's
pop.
number one here. Okay.
Oh,
This is
so
exciting.
you like that?
I like that a lot.
Okay, I got something to give to you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Holy crap!
Here you go.
You like that?
Number one was the Old Nation Tranquilas. So apparently, price versus
beer.
taste
Solid beer.
made a difference there.
Makes sense.
What was
I
number
probably
two?
would never buy that though. They're too expensive.
Yeah, it's too expensive. So you have to consider some of that as well, right?
You know, but if you drink the whole 4-pack, would you be hammer drunk? I think you would.
Hammer drunk? I don't know if you hammer drunk.
I don't think so.
5.5, 4 at times 16
Depends
ounces.
how much you ate though in the day.
That too.
Depends
That
what
too.
you ate in the day though.
It's 12. It's the 16 ounces, right?
Oh, it's 16 versus all the rest are
so
12.
you're talking about 64 ounces, and
Oh, wow.
you're talking about 5.5%.
That math works.
It depends on how quickly, I guess, you drink them, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
The bot's making faces at us.
Hey, George Droid, by the way, welcome to the chat. George Droid. That's a cool
Thumbs
name.
up, George.
Hi. And a smiley. What's
JB.
going on, buddy? How you doing? So here you go. The
GB.
Bill Lime Beer Award winner of 2025.
Wow.
It's going to be Old Nation Tranquilas.
I do like the can. Fan of the can.
Yeah, it's a cool can.
Bonus.
It's a cool can.
Bonus for being Michigan.
Congratulations, Old Nation.
Congratulations, Old
Nothing
Nation.
better than a small brewery in Michigan.
I think we got to go make our trip out there now.
Is that Williamston?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Williams.
Yeah, we gotta go out there and present them the Bill and Beer Award.
It's,
Too bad it's just virtual. I don't have an actual one of those.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Yeah, sorry.
you know where Williamson is, Ryan?
No.
It's a little bit east of East Lansing, about 15 minutes.
Okay. So east of East Lansing.
Yeah, makes sense. So if you're thinking of Mount Pleasant, you're probably going to go down 127 south.
Oh, I want to know how many times you went to Soaring Eagle. Or is that
Soaring Eagle. I went there a lot as a freshman.
okay?
I think you learn your lessons early there.
Take your beans
And-
early. Get it out of the way.
And then I remember the first time I went there, I lost $20 in like 5 minutes, and I hated it.
Hated life.
And I absolutely hate it. I will tell you this though. One of my buddies plays baseball at Mid-Michigan College over in Mount Pleasant. He said a couple weeks ago Max Clark was at Soaring Eagle at the Tigers
Oh
prospect.
yeah.
And then
Number one prospect.
I've got to be 18, I think. But
Is it 18 or 21?
18.
Okay.
We were
And-
there when we were freshmen.
I think that
Yes.
was my first place I gambled
I
at.
thought maybe they changed it after all the what was that act that got overturned?
Jim Crow? Crow?
I think it was Jim Crow.
Jim Crow? I don't think that was it. You're talking about...
Wait,
Cal-
yeah.
when Indians changed their name to Guardians, they changed the age.
Did you,
Indian Casino.
What?
I'm not sure what happened.
relevant?
I'll also tell you this though about Soaring Eagle. So there, where my house was right on the edge of campus, and once you get past 2 blocks, you are no longer able to sports bet with any app because that's all Indian ground.
Oh no, that's
So the people that
Indian burial
live past
grounds,
that
yeah.
certain street may have just had to walk down the block, place their bet, go back home.
Wow, I can't believe
That's
they
crazy.
They
I didn't know
That's
that,
like
those-
you'd be at the bar and you're like, man, I want to place a sports bet right now. You can't.
well, it's like another
an
country,
Indian
right?
land?
Territory.
Yeah, and then
See any good shows up there at the
no,
Soaring Eagle?
no,
Soaring
not
Eagle
at
has a
all.
lot of good
They
concerts.
pull some
they do pull
names
some
up there, yeah.
Yeah.
They had Motley Crue there last year.
Really?
So
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
cool if I was born in the 70s. Oh, shit.
You don't like Molly Crew?
No.
No.
and then for the Michigan State people, Carson Cooper was there right after they lost in March Madness. He was there a week later.
Drowned in the sorrow
Yeah,
out.
he's got the NIL money, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
Get some money to gamble.
I wonder how many kids are losing their NIL money at the old casino. It's got to be booming now. Got a poker room there?
Hold on a second.
Oh, a hell of
Yes.
a poker room.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
was
they
open
do.
when we were
George Droid.
there.
You
I
guys
wish
see
we
his,
played that more often.
George Roy.
Yeah, he says
I don't think you'd like it.
He remembers his first time drinking a Bill Lamb beer. He ended up slipping something in a girl's drink and woke
What?
up. Yes, and woke up with her ankles around her head. I wonder if that's true. He shouldn't be admitting to that on
Who's this?
George?
public. That's George Droid.
Can we prosecute a droid?
No, I don't.
A bot?
No, we don't
Can we do
report
that?
anybody on this show.
I did see a whole bunch of amateur MMA fights there at Soaring Eagle. So
Oh, really?
that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I watched a
That would
dude
be
get
fun. Like
yeah,
cheap tickets, kind of?
Yeah, super cheap.
Yeah.
And I also saw a dude get a foot straight to the face within 10 seconds of the match or the fight. It's
Did
pretty
he
sweet.
die?
No, but it took him a minute to get up.
Yeah.
But did he die?
Do they ever do like amateur night for MMA?
Amateur
That would
night
be-
happens at the wayside.
Like you could just come out of the stands.
I think it's like, strip club has amateur night. Maybe they do it for MMA too.
I don't think so.
That's what Earthquake.
How fun would that be?
Earthquake
Just-
was in the stands and he came out wrestling.
Dude, I remember the last time I was at Central. Went to the Wayside, of course, and then there was a Bennigan's there. Is there still a
Yes.
Bennigan's right there?
So the Bennigan's, for some reason, rebranded. So it's a B404 is what it's called.
Okay.
But it is the same exact menu. it's just Bennigan's is called B404. It's behind the football stadium.
Perfect.
Gotcha.
So it's like
All right.
Beaners to Big B.
Yeah, Beaner's the Big B.
I'm mad at Bennigan's. I got a little thing with them.
I haven't been to Bennigan's in.
They got rid of the
It's the only time I've
mozzarella
ever been to
wagon
Bennigan's.
wheel
It's
that
Mount
they used
They're
to
open
put
a
on the
Halo
burger.
Burger around.
That was
I thought
Halo
that was
Burger?
only- yeah.
There's some up 75.
Is there? Okay.
That's the only Halo Burger I know about. Like near Saginaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Actually, the Frankenmuth exit.
There's
right?
They're opening one
I
locally.
think a little
136.
north of that.
Okay.
So what is this, George?
This guy, you got blocked. Who is this guy?
Hey, but before we get any further here, Dub, you want to give a drop
Jesus
for the Hilltop?
Christ.
Hilltop Bar. It's located at approximately 21 and a half and Van Dyke. It's your local watering hole, your dive bar, if you will, upscale dive. Have you been yet, Ryan? Since you've been home?
I have not, no.
Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend.
Hilltop Bar, I'll have to add it to my list.
You have to check it out.
You really don't.
It's why do you say
Why would you say that? It's one
Why
of the
you
best bars in Metro
lambasting
Detroit.
I guess they have a good burger now, I'm told.
Great burger, great
cold-
atmosphere, great
cold
staff.
beer?
Our
Really cold.
300th, our 300th subscriber
Bam.
was from the Hilltop.
That's
And
true.
I was going to ask you last
Too
week.
high.
That was Lee. I spelled it Lee because that's the way you spelled it in the text. You think
Yeah.
it's Leigh?
In hindsight, that makes more sense that a gal would be spelled Leigh.
Yeah.
You spelled it like the jeans.
I spelled it like a yeah. I mean, it could be either
Or
way.
call
but
Lee
Robert
free.
E.
Robert E. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, check out the Hilltop Bar.
That beer is cold there.
Oh, it's nice and cold, baby.
Sometimes it even has ice in it.
I like that. I
Yes.
like when that happens.
Darko, he took us down a different road the last time we were there, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
We had
maybe a
some-
dark road, you might call it. Some might call it.
We had some high-end Greek vodka.
I think we talked about this last week.
Oh, sorry.
This might be a repeat.
Strike that from the record, please.
Is that what they
Thank you.
use on Saganaki?
Oh, I don't think
vodka?
so.
Oh, that's flame.
Like 151 vodka?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Let's go with that. But I don't think that's right.
Trivia time. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
All right, Numbers Guys Trivia. We do this every week to determine who's going to be buying the beer for the following week. And I think all y'all, and even Ryan, this was before his time, I think all y'all are going to be getting this one. Here we go. Numbers Guys Trivia. Which Avalanche player broke Red Wing Chris Draper's jaw in Game 6 of the 1996 Western Conference Finals? So which Colorado Avalanche player broke Chris Draper's jaw in Game 6 of the 1996 Western
Where's Darren
Conference
McCarty when you need him?
Finals?
He came around after.
I talked to him today.
D-Mac.
How's he doing? Is he doing okay?
He's doing good. I had to shoot a video for the 2 morning shows what their favorite sports jersey was.
Okay.
And obviously he said the Red Wings jersey is his favorite.
That would make
And then I
sense.
had to ask a favorite chicken tender sauce to all the people. And he said his favorite chicken tender sauce is honey mustard.
Interesting.
What?
Interesting.
So-
What's your favorite?
My favorite? Barbecue sauce, probably. Barbecue sauce, honey mustard's fine. Ranch is fine.
Pretty
That's
much
all.
anything.
Kind of just depends on the day, I would say.
Okay.
I'd say barbecue, though, mainly.
Buffalo?
That's mine.
Nah, not too much buffalo.
No?
Jimmy likes to do buffalo and blue cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
Straight barbecue. Be normal, people. Barbecue sauce.
Well, barbecue's good. I'm not knocking it.
Don't reach people. Barbecue.
Yeah. All right, I will reveal the answer to that trivia question later on in the show.
Spotlight Lime.
Oh, I just got one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, too. Did you guys know that the guarantee for both Circa Millions and Circa Survivor was released today?
No.
You didn't know that?
No. Did our guy from Holland get a hold of you?
No, this I heard. I actually heard it on VSiN, the sports betting network, earlier.
$15 million.
There you go. Circa Millions guarantee
Wow.
is
You know,
$6
it was only
million.
10 last year.
Yeah, for Survivor, $15 million.
Wow.
$15 million
So that
guaranteed.
means we're signing up for sure, right?
We got to sign up.
Is it still the same buy-in?
I believe it is. Ryan, are you familiar with these at all?
No.
Okay. All right. So these are big sports pools, essentially, is what they are. So Survivor is a regular Survivor pool, and it's through Circa. Let's see. It is $1,000. $1,000 to get in. $15 million in guaranteed prizes. Let's see what else we need to know here. Ooh, we get discounted rooms too if you enter.
Yeah.
During the
I didn't
season
know that.
I didn't know that either. Is that new? 1 to 9 entries, you get 50% discounted rooms. If we do 10 entries, we get a complimentary stay for 2 nights.
And remortgage our house. too.
10 grand.
But you get 2 complimentary nights?
Yeah, for 10. I mean,
No, you get
I don't know, is
50%
that-
off for.
yeah, 50% off
I
1
mean,
through
that's
9.
like a 10% discount, essentially, though. You
I
can
don't
figure
know what
$200 a night. Or
Yeah, but if you go
say-
there in the middle of the week, what do you think they charge? Is it low like everybody else?
Not that low.
Not through Circa.
No.
No?
If you maybe go through one of the off-site hack shops. What happened?
Oh, wow.
It's hilarious, but we can't.
Wow.
We're going to have to.
George Droid is Buffalo Bill. It's the same person.
That is something there, man. I've never heard anything like that before. I've been around a long time here, George. Jeez. I'm not going to repeat that one. No,
like-
I don't
I
want that
don't
to end
think
up
you
in the I don't want that to end up in the transcript on YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, man. $15 million minimum in cash, not cash and prizes, just in cash. And then what I say it was for Circa Millions, $6 million.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, $6 million guaranteed for Circa Millions, which is a little bit of a different format. Essentially, was it?
Should we do one each, or how are we doing this?
I think the Survivor would be hard to do together, but definitely maybe 2 on the other one, though.
$1,000,000, 5 entries per person max. So it's 5 picks against the spread every week.
So where we could each take turns.
Yeah, we can rotate.
I think
the
that's
fifth.
probably a better thing.
I mean, if
for-
we're doing it together,
Yeah, I think it's more conducive.
plus you don't want to get mad at somebody because they, go off the schneid and pick the Giants because they think they're smarter than everybody else for the week.
Now the
And
fifth one
Right.
is that will we do a consensus or a
well, we could talk
majority
about that.
pick or something,
Or you could rotate it.
or rotate every fourth week. One of us gets 2 picks, something.
Right.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
I'd like to take the Browns every week, so let's put me in now.
Well, if the Browns are in for a good year, I like our odds.
So that one you could
gonna win
use
this thing, baby.
you could use teams over and over again, right? Because it's spread. There's
Yes.
no.
On that one, you can.
to
I
week.
think we should do that one. I think that makes a lot of
That
sense.
would be fun.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm in.
Which this kind of dovetails in to something else I got going. It's a better betting tip. Do I have that queued up? I don't. Okay, pretend I did. This is
It's
a better
betting tip.
Thank you. Okay, so speaking of season win totals, that's what we're going to be talking about next. We had talked about this at the end of the football season last year. I think is when we talked about this. And that's the case for if you're going to be betting on season win totals, you're going to probably want to look at taking some alternate lines instead of taking the lines that are, the minus 110s aside, given to you by your sports book. And the reason for that is if you look for the last 15 years, and by the way, some of this research is from Cleve Analytics, not just from us, but 2024, 66% of the season win total lines were off by 2 or more wins or losses. And 41% were off by 3 or more wins or losses. So if you just look at the off by 2, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the last 15 years, more than half of those lines at the beginning of the season were off by 2 or more wins or losses. So that being said, for the last 15 seasons, on average, 54% of the preseason totals were off by 2 or more. 31% of the preseason totals were off by 3 or more. So you're going to want to consider the plus or minus 2 alt lines priced at 270, plus 270 or longer which is 54% as a probability, as a price, right? Assuming a 50% probability main line. So again, if it's 270 or greater for a team that has a 9.5 win total, and you want to go over 11.5, you'd want to play that if you can get it plus 270 or longer. Make sense, Dub?
Yeah, I wish I would have had these numbers yesterday.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't do that. Snoop says these are not the droids you seek. Yeah, that's probably right. All right, so let's go over. You guys want to do every single team? I have every single NFC team queued up here. Ready to go.
16.
16 of them. All 16 of them.
So we just do a quick over-under? You want to do that? Just
Yeah, if you want me to pull up the schedule for whatever one, I can pull it up if you haven't looked at it already. But okay, all right, here we go. So here is the first one. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. 11.5 is the line at FanDuel. Plus 100, minus 120 on the under. And then I included the plus 2, minus 2 numbers there as well for you. So, Eagles, 11.5.
That's an easy over for me.
I would also say the over. Just reigning champs. Tush push ain't banned.
I don't think they're going to take any step back
I'm saying
just because of it.
12 wins for them, so I would do the over. Yeah.
I'll take the under. Super Bowl teams usually have some type
you
of hangover.
You just think Dallas is going to smash them?
I don't think so. I think Washington will win the division. Tones. Thank you very
I
much.
would agree with that. I like the Commanders.
Yeah.
I would think that would be the case for some regression, but what do I know?
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on this one, honestly.
Yeah, no one's ever won the division back to back in the East.
That is true. That's been running for, 30 years now or something like that?
Yeah.
So history says no, but, what do I know either?
I'm just a doctor. All right, how about the Commodes? The Commodes, 9.5 is their number. 50-50, 110 aside. Yeah, there you go.
I would take the over on that as well.
I'm going to take the over here because I think they actually improved from last year. They should be a much better team. The only question is, though, the problem is when you win more, you end up with a little better record, but they finished second in that division, so they still should have a not too hard of a record. The Eagles are going to have a gauntlet. That's all I know, but NFC East plays NFC North, too. Something to think about. That's a tough division.
That's a tough outside division. But I'm going to do over. I think they had good experience, still young and up-and-coming team, and I think they'll build on last season, win 10 or 11 games. So,
yeah, it's hard not to like Daniels.
What they have last year, 11 wins?
10.
They were a wild card team.
Right.
They had about 2 wins, though, that were losses that somehow were pulled out.
That Bears game, yeah, that was one for sure.
Some with the Cowboys, too. No?
No, they lost the Cowboy game on the week before Thanksgiving, but that was one they almost pulled out of their butts, too.
There was a couple of them. I don't know if they were quite as drastic as the Bears, but I think the number's probably right from last year, 10. So that would be an overplay, but I lean toward Jaden Daniels getting hurt. I never wish anything like that on anybody. But if he were to get hurt, what then becomes of the Commanders, Rich? Like a 6-win team, 5-win team?
I don't know, Derek. You could say that about any team. Like anybody that gets any starting quarterback gets hurt, their win total is going to go down. So, I mean, like if that's what you're going to go on, then okay, then I'll say Jalen Hurts gets hurt. Guess they're going to have under 11.
I'll tell you, not to get ahead of ourselves here, but for the Cowboys, I was thinking exactly that. What if Parsons? What if Prescott gets hurt? They didn't play the full season last year.
Prescott gets hurt every other year.
Exactly.
So this should be a good year for him.
That's true. Yeah, hey, up and down theory, Rich. That's your thing. Zigzagging. All right, that was the Commodes there. The Commodes. Let's see. Oh, anybody want to talk about this one? The Detroit Lions, 10.5, minus 105 on the over. A little
Hometown
juice on the
Towns.
under there.
that's one of my picks. I'm going over 115. I just don't see them going backwards 4 games.
Tough schedule.
So tough schedule, yes, but I think they're even better this year if they had countless defensive injuries. Defense has got to be healthier this year. I just don't see them going backwards that much. So, but they're probably going to be the toughest team on most teams' schedule this year. So I'm gonna. I got a feel they're gonna fall at 12 wins. So
I'm gonna cut ahead here. I heard something about the Lions schedule. You guys ever look at Sharp Football Analytics?
All the time.
There's a
Warren Sharp?
lot of interesting things about their schedule this year.
I think this is interesting though. One of the interesting things, Rich, is the Lions made history when the NFL gave them the first schedule to ever feature 8 games with a rest advantage.
Yes, they
half
had the
the
biggest
season.
rest advantage in
Yes.
the NFL this year.
In the NFL this year.
It's a big stat this year among the talking heads, as they say.
Oh, rest, is that like
It's versus your
More than-
opponent. So if you play on the Thursday night before and then your opponent plays Monday night, you gain a 3-night rest advantage.
okay, yeah, with all the Thursday, because the Lions are a lot of primetime games, Monday, Sunday, Thursday, or Sunday night, Thursday. Oh, Sunday night doesn't really
They have a
matter,
handful of
but-
Monday night, Thursday night,
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Not as much as last year, though. And then, the thing about Thursday is then the following week on Thursday night, they play the Cowboys. But the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving. So they don't really lose anything.
Their
playing
bye
them.
week is a little later, I think, this season, which is a good thing.
I think it's the biggest rest differential in history, or tied or something like that. It's up there, so it's something to consider when you're.
Yeah, it just says the first schedule to ever feature 8 games with a rest advantage.
But I think it's also the most playoff games, or I don't know. They got some weird thing where they're playing the most playoff
They got
teams
tough.
in history
That's
or
a
something
tough
like
schedule.
that.
That could be. Yeah, for sure.
I would say the Lions sneak the over. I think it's like 11 wins, 10, 11 wins. You're bringing in two new offensive coordinators. You got to hope Hutchinson comes back and plays the way that he was on pace of playing. I mean, that was a gruesome injury. But I would say over just barely. I think they win 11 games, and they've got one of the toughest road schedules of all time. I believe is what I saw. So
Yeah,
I'm with you guys.
I'm with Ryan. I'm with everybody. I think 11's the number, so I'll take the over. But I think it's gonna be close. I think they're struggle early.
Yeah, this is probably not one of the ones to take that would be taking out line on. I think you take this one over the.
This one's a straight,
Yeah, you just take
bet.
it straight up. By the way, Hotel Putt in the house. Putter, what's going on, man? He said also the Lions have the top 3 fewest miles to travel. Did not know that. Thanks,
True.
Putt.
They got a lot of yin and yang in their schedule.
Yeah, dynamite.
And with fuel prices this summer,
Well, I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah. Okay. We got
No, did you see
the
that?
Niners?
The Chargers actually have 52,000 miles they have to travel,
Oh,
whereas
no
the
shit.
Lions are 13.
Yeah, they're just driving to Ohio for a game or something.
Yeah,
On a
well,
bus.
we have a lot. We play Cincinnati, Baltimore,
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland. Yeah, and then
that's true.
The Chargers are heading out to the probably the AFC East, and they got a game in Brazil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even the AFC teams are close, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
It's like,
for the
yeah,
Lions
we're
this year,
playing
yes.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You got the San Francisco 49ers. Over is 115, plus 115, minus 135. 10.5 is their magic number. It's a tough one for me. I don't know.
I'm looking at their schedule
Yeah,
first.
easiest schedule. They're definitely have the easiest schedule.
I think there's 49ers are a classic bounce back
Yes.
team too. This is their year. They're going to have a weak schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna say this is
I
their
guess
best.
they're going to be a little healthier, even though they've lost some receiving depth. I mean, I think Purdy will pull out 11 wins.
Yeah,
Actually, one of my better overs of the.
I would agree that they're probably the best bounce back team this year. So,
Yeah, I think they have one of the weakest
I-
schedules.
Looking at their schedule, I would take the over.
over.
Colts, Titans, Browns, all 3 straight. Panthers are in there. Giants,
Sold.
Jaguars, Cardinals are interesting as well. So I would take the
Yeah.
over for sure.
If
And
I-
the Raiders are in there too.
Forget how good they were the year before.
Yeah.
So I know there's some personnel changes, but they could easily bounce
Well,
back
they-
and throw a few more.
They
wins
lose
in.
about half their roster to pay Purdy and
Yeah.
Warner, but still a good team.
I thought this would be my Philadelphia Eagles of last year. The Super Bowl team that had a dip the previous year and bounce back year, but the receiving, like you were saying, Rich, that does scare me a little bit because when that happened last year, it was kind of like the beginning of the end, wasn't it?
A little bit, but if you watch that, I remember watching the Lions game. Purdy just needed a body. That was when Pershaw came back, and that guy had 200 yards receiving. So
There was big hope for that fella, though.
yeah, he got shot before the season started. That always a bummer.
That'll mess with your mind a little bit.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah,
Getting
but
shot.
he's going to be solid. And then they still have Ayuk. They'll be just fine. Kittle, he plays every other third game. He's all right.
How about the Rammers? 9.5. 9.5. Juiced on the over, minus 140. 120, plus 120.
No
On the
Cooper Cup this year.
Yeah, no Cooper Cup.
No, Devontae.
Who did they draft as well? They drafted a receiver I like a lot. I can't remember who that was, but I think the receiving core is going to be fine.
Good young defense, I think. Right?
Very good
They have a new
defensive
tight
line.
end.
Very
I know
good.
that. No, rookie tight end too. So
10 wins. They could sneak out over.
you know, I Stafford's like a nice aging wine. He gets better. I mean, he seems like he's a lot better now with the Rams than he was with. Maybe it's just who he's playing with, but he's always good for that one throw that could be a pick six. But if you get past that, he's always a. I mean, he's a competitor, man. I wouldn't bet against him winning 10 games.
I would take an over on 10 games with the Rams. They also played the sort of the same schedule as the 49ers as they play the same division. So
Right.
AFC South, I believe it is. So
Yeah, this could be the year you get 14, 13 wins out of that.
They get ranked 20th
Plus.
strength of schedule. I would probably go under, if anything, here. Plus 120? I don't know. It's going to be close. I don't think, again.
Someone's got to be right.
Yeah. All right, how about I like this one. How about the Bucks? 9.5 over, plus 100 even money, and you got minus 120 on the under at 9.5 for the Buccaneers. And I'll give you a hint on this one. Easy strength of schedule. I shouldn't say
Well, you
easy,
get
but-
2 versus the Saints, and you get 2 versus your
Panthers.
favorite Panthers.
Yeah, my favorite Panthers, 10th.
The up and
10th.
coming Panthers. So.
Yeah.
They've been one of the more solid teams, I would say, year after year, last few years. Tampa, just solid.
Baker's really come into his own finally, found a place.
Yeah,
I really did not think he'd pick up the slack from Brady, but he did just fine, man. He was, he's kind of washed. 2 years ago, he's washed up. Like
So when you
the Rams are picking him off the waiver wire,
remember that?
and starting him. Like, who was he playing before that, though?
Rams.
Panthers or
He was on the Panthers. He was
Panthers,
Then the
yeah.
Rams picked him up 2 days before their Thursday night game.
Right.
they won that game?
They won
They
that
did,
game and
which-
lost to Seattle.
I was upset about that win because we still had their pick, and that's when they were
Is
trash.
Yes.
that the one that goofed us for the playoffs?
Well, he
No,
lost.
that was the year
Oh,
before.
that was
Year
the-
before.
Yeah.
I would say the over just because they also played the Patriots and the Dolphins. That division's pretty weak as well, outside the Bills, and then the Saints are in there as you mentioned. So I would take the over. I'd say the over. I think on every team so far. So I've got to be wrong on a
agree.
couple.
Everybody's gonna win.
I
a
feel
bunch
like
of
I need
games.
some unders coming, but I
Yeah,
really
I
feel
think
like the
that
Bucks
was
are
what-
going to get 10 wins. So I
T
can't.
Dub took all over. So did Tones. Oh, by the way,
Alternate,
coming up, we have we each picked 4.
I actually took 304 unders. which
Yeah,
is-
me and you took out some unders, but the other two they picked.
so far, I'm over.
and we'll follow those all
over.
season. And winner on that gets what? Maybe a box of cigars or something.
El Producto Favoritas.
Not those.
Well,
I don't want
I don't
those.
know if Daryl smokes, so we'll have to come
I
up
don't
with something.
I don't smoke,
Yeah, I know you don't. Smoke.
Maybe a nice
but I like the smell.
gift card
that
to
a
the
song?
Hilltop. How about
Yeah,
that?
that would be cool. That's
I get one of them cheeseburgers from the Godfather or whatever that was.
from Robustos.
Robustos.
Yeah, goddamn, those are good burgers.
Yeah, we go to Hilltop, and winner gets to eat and drink for free.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. I'm down with that. And then, by the way, Putter in the chat. Putter, he says over. That division is horrible. I agree with you, Putt. It's one of my picks coming up here, by the way.
I would say alternate over and alternate under.
It's a great line. That's a great idea.
Under 7.5 and over.
You're taking both ends?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I don't like the middle.
How about the pack? 9.5 is their number as well. Minus 10. I'm sorry, plus 105 for the over. Juice on the under.
Tough division, I think Tones would say.
That's probably it is. It's gonna be the toughest division.
I think that's an easy over, but
I don't know. I'm higher on Minnesota than a lot of people are because I think JJ's a gamer and I
Homer.
think he's gonna.
you like JJ?
I do like JJ.
Ryan?
I'm a fan of JJ, but not right now though. He's on the Vikings.
Yeah. Hey, Tones, when I saw your pick, I didn't even connect those dots. I thought you were thinking because they're playing 2 games across the pond.
Yeah,
2 games in Europe. So I thought, Tones is thinking about that they're not really road games necessarily.
but I don't know. I think Minnesota's actually as a team got better, and now it's the rookie QB. Is he a Jaden Daniels or is he a Bo Nix? Can he do that? Because I don't know, but.
I would say they win 9 games, 9 and 7. I think everyone's really gonna. I feel like all the NFC North teams are gonna be within 3-ish games of each other.
It's gonna be bundled
And
bunched.
I would say personally, I would go in the division: Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. That's just me though, but it's all gonna be close. I would say this. I would say the Packers go 9-7. Vikings are around 10. Lions
They got
11.
one more game to play.
Huh?
They got one more game to play. 9-7. They got one more game.
Oh,
right?
9-8. I forgot. There's 17 games.
You're going with the loss.
Yes.
I'm with Ryan. I think it's gonna be close. 9 wins sounds about right. I think the division gonna be like 11, 10, 9, 8 type thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
I don't know what the order is, but I'll say Packers under on it. Just they're like in teenage wasteland. They're always love. Is love good? Or is love not good? I mean, he's good some weeks.
This is another one I wouldn't take an alt line. It's either 9 or 10. I think the Packers.
Yeah.
So I would do the under though.
Love trumps hate. I know that. That's one thing I know. Tones, you ever hear that?
I learned that a few years ago. Like
Yeah, I did too.
2016.
Snoop in the chat says easier schedule than any rest wise is the Lions. I'm assuming is what you're talking about. All right, sticking with the NFC North here. How about the Bears? The Bears 8.5 plus 120. Juice on the under -140. 8.5 wins.
I'm taking 8 wins. 8-9.
You're going 8.
8 wins.
Yep. Under.
I agree.
I'm gonna take over. I say they get to 9. I say they compete for the division. They're gonna have the worst.
They're definitely much better than last year. I mean,
I think we're splitting hairs. These lines are good for a reason. I mean, there's going to be some teams that are way off, but I think all these NFC Central teams are appropriately 8.5. You're at 8, I'm at 9 or 10 or whatever. I mean, we're not far off.
Okay. Anybody else on that side?
I'll say 8 too. Slightly under.
I think 9.
Yeah.
Plus
I got nothing.
120?
I'm not doing anything with that one. Yeah, 120. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Maybe it goes on the over at the 120. Maybe. Okay, here is the Vikes. The Vikes 8.5. That's their number. $1.10 on either side.
it all depends on JJ.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the team is better. I think they upgraded a lot of spots. So if JJ, I mean Sam Darnold, like where'd he come from? All of a sudden he's like, yeah, like I think
Former
JJ
number 1 overall pick, Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
7 years experience.
I think JJ could replicate what Sam Darnold did, and
with no experience.
So Vikings were what 14 wins.
Yes,
Okay.
they lost the only important tough games that they played.
So 14, and I think position wise they upgraded across the board. So I don't see them going down to 9 wins. So
They have a great coach, so I hate to go under, but I'm gonna go under. I don't.
That's Childress.
I would go
Childress is
JJ's gonna
not
be
around anymore.
JJ's gonna be the Bo Nix this year. Watch.
I don't think so.
I think so.
He can.
Burns. Say it. Sam Burns.
Sandberg? No, that wasn't his name. I know who you're talking about. Jerry.
Jerry Burns.
And it hurts. I don't want JJ. I didn't want him in the division because I don't want to have to cheer against them. But
I wanted him in division.
I'm with that.
I mean, he's a manager. He's not. I don't know.
He was
Like,
at
who's
Michigan with no deep threats. He's got good weapons.
I'll tell you what, though. I tell you what. He goes out there, Tones, and he misses Jefferson twice. Good luck with that. It's gonna be a whole blow up.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
Addison's gonna be pissed.
when he was running the Michigan, he got good running backs, but he didn't have deep threat receivers. He didn't have any big
exactly. So I haven't even seen anything with it. I'm not gonna bet an over on this guy. No chance.
Somebody's got to win less than 9 games in the
Exactly.
NFC North, right?
Who's gonna have the regression? It's either gonna be the Vikings or the Lions, and it's gonna be big.
I think both slightly.
Well, yeah.
but,
I mean, Lions 15 to
sure.
12, and I think Vikings 14 to
6.
10. 14 to 10.
Yeah, I think so far I think I've taken maybe all over on the NFC North, which probably isn't going to be very
I'm 2 and
likely.
2. I'm actually keeping track in my head now. I
I'm 2
split that
I'm
division
2
down
and
the
2.
middle.
See, I was actually
It's a tough division. Tough division.
Tough
too.
division for sure. I'm leaning to the over here, honestly, just because of the fact that I think people look at the schedule and they see these road games and they say, "Oh man, they're on the road," and they're not realizing that those are not necessarily road games. I mean, that's kind of my thought there. Road games for both teams.
I mean,
one's in.
I think the coach is great, so I mean they could pull it off
Yeah.
again. But I don't know. I'll bet against it.
Bud Grant.
All right, how about the Seattle?
Wait a second.
Super Seahawks.
Who was the guy that had the pencil behind his ear?
Patricia.
Oh, that was
Patty
the
Patty?
No, it was the offensive lineman. That big dude.
Yeah, what the frick?
He was around like the early 2000s.
That long? Tice?
Mike
Yeah,
Tice. That's it.
that's it.
He looked like a tough hombre.
Do you guys remember which one of these was that nasty one with the salt? Do you remember the
D.
letter on that?
Yeah,
D?
the ESD.
D's
All right,
gone
I'm not,
for me.
I'm not going to be drinking D.
He's like, I
Yeah,
pounded
just
that
checking.
bitch hours ago.
That was my first beer gone.
Yeah.
He's like, that was,
All right, Seattle
I gotta give
Seahawks.
some.
I would go
7.5.
I'd go under.
no.
Sam Darnold's their quarterback.
Yeah, they don't have Metcalf anymore.
Yeah, those are all good points.
14 game winner Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Seattle just is screaming 8 at me. So the
I'm
home
going
field,
really?
they got the good home field.
I'm going under. I think Sam
wins.
Darnold comes back to life.
You also
and
got to play the Rams, the 49ers twice.
They got a tough road.
Cardinals.
Cardinals is always tricky at their place.
I like it, Ryan. What was the alternate numbers there, Jimmy? Could you go as low as 5.5?
No.
Nope.
3.3 on the dollar.
What's the last time the Hawks lost?
Their worst
5?
case is 6.
Or 1-5
Best case
or
is
less.
9. So
Let me look at their strength of schedule here.
Like recently, but you're right. I think you're right. They usually do win about 8 minimum.
The
They made the
Seahawks-
playoffs with 7 wins, though.
Seahawks are always like they won 10 games last year and missed the playoffs, I believe, didn't they?
I think so.
or 9?
They were right
I
there.
don't.
They lost like that week before the last week to the Rams, and they got shut out of the playoffs, basically.
About an average strength of schedule for them. So
Nothing exciting coming out of Seattle, though. You got there's no buzz. Give me the under. I mean, what are they going to do?
yeah, Pete Carroll.
What are they gonna
man,
do?
Solid coach.
Yeah, I mean, no Pete Carroll anymore. He's in L.A. or he's in
It's
Vegas.
McDonald's.
baby.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Is it Mike McDonald?
Yeah,
Mike
Michigan.
McDaniel?
Or McDonald.
Or Michael
No,
yeah.
McDonald?
he's Michigan's old D coordinator.
What about the Cards? Cards at 8.5. $1.10 either side.
I'm not.
I'd probably
Kyler
go
Murray.
under. They haven't really invested in the offensive line to protect. I mean, they got him weapons, but he doesn't have an offensive line. You don't have an offensive line. You don't have anything.
I'm
You
not
like Marvin Harrison Jr.?
They're building.
He's
the
a
wrong
good
way.
athlete, really good
I don't
receiver,
like him.
but
Never
I
liked
like
him.
that guy.
I'm not a Murray fan, and 8 wins under. Top division.
Lamont
So
Murray.
must be weird for me saying I like Marvin Harrison, Ohio State.
That's not. Yeah,
0 wins though.
he didn't
I'm
beat.
gonna go
He
under.
didn't beat Michigan.
I don't believe in Murray.
0 wins.
Can't buy it. They're building the wrong way. They're trying to get all the
They're going
skill
out-
players. And
Outside in.
They don't build on the depth on the lines. It's the wrong way. It's a bad formula.
I'm a little disappointed that Chris Pena isn't in the chat right yet.
Is he still in South America?
He might still be in South America, but here's his
might
Atlanta
not.
Falcons.
He might not have got out.
Yeah, I don't know. 7.5. 7.5 is their
He's
number.
a farmer. And
George-
I would go.
George Bach got a hold of him. He's done.
Yeah, juice on the over minus
let it open a farm.
140.
So
I would go the over on this. I don't think
I
Penix
think
is
so.
going to be that bad, and you have to play the Saints twice, Panthers twice.
Yeah, I'm with
It's-
you. I think Falcons win the division this year. I'm
got
going
Bijan,
over. Bijan, their receivers are awesome. I mean, London seems like he's going to be good. I still like the tight end a lot. there.
Where's Kirk Cousins at? Is he still a team?
He's the backup
He's the backup.
for now. Yeah.
So did they anoint Penix for sure?
I think so.
He's the starter. Yeah,
He played-
I mean,
he
I
played
like
good.
Penix a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 8-9 wins over.
Well, it'll be under.
Everybody's
Mine will be
over.
over.
everything. How many total wins is there possible in the league for the year?
Who
Let's say
knows?
16.
Right. This is.
So when we get to the
30,
AFC, we gotta do all unders and like some other.
Jeez.
I lean toward under on this one, but you're right. If Penix is, has advanced a bit, might be right there. But I don't like that division. I don't like anybody in that division, and even the Buccaneers. I lean toward the alternate under
Oh, you'd be
more
wrong,
than the
though,
alternate over.
If you did that, you'd be wrong.
I mean, that's a division that goes 7 and 9, 10. He gets a playoff team, right? I mean, that's
Mike
just a
Evans
bad
should
division.
be healthy, right?
Come on, Malloy,
Should be.
let's go.
And they got that fella that was pretty good in the playoffs last year. He was exciting.
Who are we talking about? The Bucks?
Yeah.
The Bucky Irvin?
Bucky Irving.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was Bucky Irvin, was it?
He's on the Bucks.
running back? Yeah.
That's a running back, right?
Yeah,
he's
This
good.
was the wide receiver that kind of popped at the end of the.
For the Bucks,
Yeah.
because Godwin was hurt, Evans was
Godwin
hurt.
got hurt in like the last week or two of the season.
Kate Otton's the tight end. I'm blanking on the other wide receiver.
I don't know. They had that
So
guy
I'm
from
pretty
the
sure I picked him up
Giants
in
that-
fantasy.
Right.
How about Richie, your team? Where you? Because you spent some time in this place, right?
I have.
In
7.5 is really their
Where was
over
it?
under.
what's the state?
They play in Dallas actually.
Okay, you're not going to say it, are you? Son of a bitch. All right, 7.5 minus 135 on the over, plus 115 on the under.
Wow, I didn't know it was this low. I'll have to take the over on. Let's say they win 8 games this year.
I
least
got them
8.
at 7.5 and 9.5. That's still not enough, is it?
What do you got? Overs or unders?
Just
It's a push.
just because I don't want you to be miserable, I'd say they get to 8 wins.
I won't be
Okay.
miserable. I got the Lions season tickets. I'll be just fine.
Yeah, this is an under all day. Under all day.
Wow.
That's fine.
Yeah, I got it. That's actually one of my picks.
They really do have.
Do you want Jerry to stroke out? Come on, man.
Jerry's at the end of
They
his
do
road
have
anyway.
2 top 5 players on both ends.
No, I'm not going
Offense,
to.
Dax?
defense. No.
Dex.
CD.
Dax
They picked
Shepard?
up George Pickens too.
Chris Elliott?
I think George Pickens
T-Boone
and CD is
Pickens.
going to be a good combo.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous receiver combo.
That's a good 1-2 punch. I agree.
How about the worst team in the National Football League? What do you guys
Over.
think?
G-Man?
No, I'm
Over.
sorry. I always
Cleveland?
think of these guys. I think I just hate this team.
Over.
I've never liked
You
this
don't
team.
like him. You don't like
Hated
that
him.
quarterback.
Hated him. Don't like the quarterback. In fact, I got his rookie card sitting right here to remind me how much I hate him every day. Yeah.
Drop.
how you
He lost it. He lost it.
Oh.
He lost it.
Wow.
That's funny. Is they going to still get the guy out though?
No,
Wow. He lost it.
that was
Wow.
I
That
really
was
thought that
lucky,
was the
dude.
worst
These
thing that
fans
could have
are
happened.
like just into it. It's like a mist going on all night.
To answer the question, I would go under on the Panthers.
Base is juice. No
I
outs.
think you said over at the start of that. Rewind that tape.
Panthers blow 5 wins.
Panthers Super Bowl champs.
No, I wouldn't say that.
5 wins. Under.
Panthers Browns Super Bowl.
Well,
Book
the
it.
Browns I can get behind. Never.
Yeah, what's not to like about the Browns?
No, there's a lot of potential there. I think.
I want to go over with the Panthers, but
No,
man,
they blow.
Yeah,
I
6.5.
don't know. I think they're going to get the 6, but I can't bet the 7. I'll say under reluctantly.
So they win that division with 7 wins.
I wouldn't doubt it, Daryl.
Oh, that could be too. I mean that.
They can't be. They were improving a lot, and they showed. I don't know. They showed. I mean, as long
They
as
did.
Adam
You're right.
Thielen is not their number 1 receiver this year, they probably have something going for them.
I think Pro Bowler, isn't he? That
No.
he was not this maybe past year.
Former Pro Bowler.
Former Pro Bowler. Adam
2018.
Thielen. Yeah, he's a little older, but he's a good target for Bryce. Chuba, of course. You know, he carried that
Chuba.
team.
He
Yeah,
got hurt in the playoffs, didn't he, or something?
No, well, they
Not the-
drafted that.
Not the
John
playoffs.
It wasn't the
Not
playoffs, I don't think, no.
Sorry.
He played
In the
he played
fantasy,
almost-
my fantasy playoffs, he got hurt.
I don't think he did because I think Lauren won the championship with that guy.
Is that right? I think he was out the last.
If he was, it was the last week. But he was a stud.
He was leading up to that point. Stung me a
Tones,
bit.
you got any input on this one?
Under.
Under.
5 wins.
Okay, 5 wins. 5 wins. I'm inclined to say the same thing. How about the lowly New York Football Giants? 5.5 is their number, and the juice is on the under there. So
Do you believe in Russell Wilson?
They got Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson. I like Scadaboo though. I like Cam
Jackson-
Scadaboo.
Do you
with an
believe
X.
in
Jackson with an X. Looks like Anakin Skywalker when he gets done with football
You
game
believe
too.
in Thomas Cutlets?
I do like.
Tommy.
His
From
friends.
GG.
I would say they get 5 wins, so under.
Man, I'm going to say the over. I like Neighbors, and then Wilson throws that stupid moon ball that no one can stop. I don't know. I think they pull out. The defensive line really should be really good. That's probably one of the best defensive lines in football.
I'm going to say under. I think
Yeah, Dexter
they got
Lawrence Burns.
Washington. They got the Eagles. And Dallas, I think.
Have
could
they
be a little
upgraded the
better.
running back from Singletary?
Saquon Barkley?
Cam Scadaboo.
Scatterboo. That's right.
That's who they got.
I like it.
They'll end up at
and
5.
Dave Meggett.
Give me 7 just to throw it in Tone's face. I want the alt line.
No. You're cheering for the Giants against your.
I am
Your
cheering for
prized
that. I'm
boys?
cheering against you.
Okay.
Good pinch hit here.
Exactly.
But they
That
have a
would bat
righty, so
192. Although the other day in Toronto,
good pinch hit here.
exactly.
But they
that
have a
would bat
righty, so
192. Although the other day in Toronto, you see those catches he had?
He lost his helmet.
Keel Badoo.
I personally would have pinch hit here at this point. I don't know who didn't. I don't know who didn't start or whatever.
I don't know who's on the bench for them.
Yeah, I don't
to
know.
throw in there right now.
So if anybody's at home watching the Tigers,
I would have put AJ.
You know what
Hinch
we're
in
talking
the
about.
Batter's box before, but do.
how about the Saints? Sticking with the South.
Under as well.
Under as well. 5.5 plus 105 on the over, minus 125 on the under.
The worst team coming up.
Go back to Toledo.
They're such like a. They're not a. There's no direction with the Saints. Like they don't commit to fully rebuilding.
No,
They don't commit to. I feel like they just commit to being
like they commit to being capped out
Yes.
every year.
like just trade the
Capped
pieces
out with
away.
crap, basically.
You really do. You really need to just like burn it down sometimes and take your lumps. And they're almost forced into it now because of Carr retiring. That's probably the best thing that ever happened to
Did
them.
that come
Yeah,
off
force
the
them
books?
to move. Yeah.
I would think so. I don't know how that works. I'm not a capologist, but
What if a guy dies? What if your quarterback dies?
are we?
and
Is the
you're,
Saints the over under right now?
I believe so.
Yes.
What's the number?
5.5?
5.5.
Oh, I'll take him. I'll take alt line 2.5 on the Saints this
Okay.
year.
3.5 is plus 270.
It's not enough, though.
Does
is
anyone
it?
go 0-17 for the first time?
The Saints
the
would be
magic
the
number,
candidate.
though, right?
Outside.
You can bet the Saints to go 0-17.
I would
It's
do
like 5 something or something.
I'm under.
Under 0.
I like him at about
Underwear.
5.5 wins and 11.5 losses.
Oh, don't swing at that, bro.
And
The Carpenter.
like I said earlier,
No.
Make
we,
history.
we did 4 picks each. 4 picks each, and we're going to follow these all next season. They didn't have to be 2 NFC, 2 AFC. This is just going to be the NFC picks that we've compiled here
Oh, Zach.
so far.
Jimmy, who'd you take on the Saints?
Did not prove CMU well on that one.
You way over?
What's that?
Are you way over on the Saints?
The Saints. I'm not going to do anything. If anything, I probably lean under. All right, so Richie, you took the Giants over 5.5 at plus 110.
I did. I think I said it earlier. You
Come
get
on,
the
Riley.
nice plus 110 here. And I
You
think
do.
the Giants are going to surprise. I mean, they got, everybody thinks Russell Wilson's going to give them 4 or 5 wins. Don't sit on James Crab Legs Winston to come in for 1 or 2.
James Crab Legs Winston.
No.
You got the
Challenge
Saints. You
it.
took the Saints
Challenge it.
under 4.5.
Just go yard. Oh my.
Yeah, I just said I'd take the alt line minus 2.5. I think the Saints, like Ryan said, are just runner. I don't even. They're going to roll out Spencer again as their starting quarterback. Are you
Ooh,
kidding
that
me?
guy's not good.
The Rattler.
Rattler. Love
He's
that guy.
bad, and if I had any part of the shows from last year to rerun, I'd love to see the Denver New Orleans.
Yeah,
take.
that was me. Nobody's ever been more wrong about anything ever than that one hot take that I had.
They won't leave you alone about that.
No, they're still talking about me.
Well,
In fact, George Droid's in the fucking chat talking about it right now.
So Jimmy is the most neutral guy I know on the show by far, and the only funny part about that was his one time he took a stance, and it came out of nowhere.
He took a stand against me. I think that was the problem.
Me and you actually, because we both had Denver.
Yeah, you guys were both talking about Denver that week.
That was like
I
our pick
remember
of the
that.
week too, I think, or something.
It was over by the middle of the first quarter.
Yeah, I was wrong. I'm wrong from time to time.
That's the only reason it's funny though. 'cause
Yeah.
he's
Come on,
a-
Riley.
All right, Tones, you had the Lions over 10.5, minus
Yes.
105.
I'm sticking with it.
All right, you have 3 of them. You have 3 of them in the NFC. That will leave 1 for the AFC next week.
JJ is
It all depends on JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're a better team.
Wow.
Vikings, every other piece they've upgraded, so I can't see how they fall back that far. So,
All right, and then you got the Cabots.
yeah, I think up and coming team. They're going to build off last year and sneak at least 10, maybe 11 wins. So,
Okay. All
That was
right.
a brutal ending to that inning.
yeah, that was
Bases loaded, no
no
outs, and
outs
everyone.
and not even a ball in play to
Yeah,
work
I think
with.
they all
dude.
struck out.
Jesus, great bunt or something, dude.
Best
Dubs,
team in baseball.
You got 2 dubs.
2 in the NFC. Bears
sir.
8.5. Yeah. I like plus 120. I feel like that's worth about a solid half a win. So
I had whatever beer A was. That's gross.
A's the Leinenkugels.
It was not bad.
I don't think the Eagles take a step back. The Chiefs did not last year, and they were fine. They lost in the Super Bowl. I think
Chiefs didn't, but the 49ers did, right? So there was some
That's
type
true.
of hangover.
that's true. I know what you're saying on that, but I think
No, I don't think
I
you're
think
off.
this is more the likelihood the Eagles being good again than them reverting back to the making the playoffs at 10 wins or whatever that was
Yeah.
2 years ago.
You know, the Eagles are weird. I still don't know how 2 years ago they lost the last 8 games of the year. That team's not much different from the team that won the Super Bowl. They're kind of a hard team to predict for the year.
Just had a rough stretch, I guess. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, because
But they were losing to the third stringer on the Giants twice. Tommy Cutlets beat them twice in the last.
And they got
they
bounced
couldn't
by
beat
Baker.
anybody. It's
Yeah.
My boy.
it's funny you get into those ruts and you just can't get out of them. I guess.
I think Ryan wants to modify his beer score over there. Is that possible? Did you want to change one of your numbers?
I had A. It was not good.
A was not good. That was Leinenkugel.
That was number
Leinenkugel.
2, I think.
I think it came out number 2. Yeah. All right. I got 2 for the NFC. I got Tampa Bay Bucks over at 11.5.
Oh, modified.
Yeah, taking the alt line there, taking my own
Wow, 12
wisdom.
wins for
wow.
the
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah, plus 310.
Bad division.
So the idea behind this is teams that have an easy schedule and they are lined on the over or lined on the under, they're more likely to fall over and under. And then if you take what I said earlier about more than plus 270, that falls into that. So plus 310 at FanDuel. I'm taking the Cowboys under 5.5 at plus 340
Wow.
over there
Man, Jerry's
At
world is
FanDuel.
feeling it hurting.
as well. Yeah, we'll
that-
see.
If that happens, wow.
Yeah, it could happen.
Jerry might fire himself if that happens.
Never mind. All right, so there you go. Next week will be AFC. Next week, by the way, a little teaser. We have the guy from oh boy, why can't I
Detroit
think of it?
something?
Detroit City Distillery. Yeah, I shouldn't say the guy. Dante is his name.
So we're
Dante.
going to go from lime beer to bourbons and whiskeys.
Yes, similar
He
show.
had that good mixology thing you brought in.
I think I'm
last
going
week.
to line up an Uber for next week.
Probably a good idea, Towns. Probably a good idea. Or you can sleep up here if you want.
Sleep. We could spoon
Yeah,
up here.
wouldn't be the first time.
Do like a 24-hour episode. See what happens.
We were supposed to do that for the NCAA tournament. It wouldn't have been 24. It would have been
Could we be like Dick
what,
Burton?
12 hours.
Noon
We'll
to
do like a
midnight,
Dick
yeah.
Burton.
I made a lot of money off the NCAA tournament. I'll tell you that. I made a couple $100 off that.
Where did you
were
make your
at?
bones?
FanDuel, a lot of alternate spreads,
Okay.
and there's a lot of chalk, so it was pretty.
Yeah.
And
You're right
then
about that.
the one I sweated the most was the Duke
What's he doing?
Houston over.
hurt.
That was the
Duke
worst because it went. There was a
Houston
free throw with
over.
like 1 second left, and then it finally hit the over.
Gotcha.
It's not over till it's under. No. It's not under till it's over.
Something like that. Yeah.
Don't
It'd be
ever
a shame if Ramirez
bet
was
the
out
under.
for a
It's
while.
betting against human achievement. Have you ever heard that before?
No,
Even
I've heard that before somewhere.
Hey, I got a quick hot topic. Actually, this is D-Dub's hot topic. So here you go, pal. Hot topics.
You go
Yeah.
for a
Since
hot
we have
topic
a
right
member of the broadcast community over there.
The broadcasting elite.
Yeah, the elite.
Community.
An icon locally,
Up and
maybe
coming.
nationally at this point. I don't know.
Yeah. Did we set out any time for? He should talk about what going into what's going on. Where you at in your life?
where am I at in my life? Who knows? I don't know. Just interning at Woodward Sports. That's really about it. Making social media stuff. Part of their 8 to 10 morning show. Wake
Who's,
up
who's on
Woodward.
the 8 to 10 show?
Who's on it?
For our listeners. Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
He's good.
Kool-Aid Detroit and Flannel Sam. And then
where's the best place to listen to Woodward?
YouTube.
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 Or on Woodward.
And Woodward.
Or you could just show up to Lady Jane's and just
Show up to
watch
Lady-
it live.
That's the
Maybe
best
you
place.
could get a spot on the massage chair.
There you go.
I'd go over to Roast.
I heard that's like one of the most. That's like the best coffee in Metro Detroit. That's what I was told. I'm not personally a
Not
coffee.
a coffee drinker.
Not a coffee
Is
drinker.
that attached to it? Is that the coffee?
Yeah,
shop?
so you walk in and there's the Lady Jane's, and you keep walking through the Lady Jane's is the Woodward, but to the left of the Lady
There's the
Jane's
coffee
is the
shop.
Birmingham
Yeah,
Roast.
I think I did grab a coffee in there, and I can't remember if I thought it was good or not. It was a few years ago, though. So.
Good story. I think what Dub was going to ask you though is there's a bit of what am I trying to say here? Maybe
Polarizing topic
polarizing. Yeah, it's polarizing.
is the Tigers
Yeah.
broadcasting team.
Yes.
I don't have a big opinion because I don't have FanDuel TV.
Okay.
I watched them a little bit on Bally's.
Yeah.
But I'm more curious what everybody else thinks because I know for a fact that you like them.
I love them. I think Benetti and Dirks, that particular combo, not so much Benetti and Petrie, but Benetti and Dirks.
That's like your
awesome.
Summerall and Madden.
That's it. That's my Summerall and Madden. That's my Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey right
I
there.
want to go that far, but locally, yeah. I mean, they're great. They're fun. Dirks is by far the better of the two, if you ask me. I think that guy's one of the best around. Like today, he's I know they do switch it up a lot, right, with Petrie. So today he's on the radio, Dirks,
Right.
with Dan. To me, I think the best combo would be Dickerson and Andy Dirks on the TV. But
Oh,
Yeah. I
have
think
we had that combo yet?
they've done it on
that.
TV before. They switch, yeah.
I think Dan Dickerson's one of the best baseball play-by-play guys out there.
sure.
So
If we're talking strictly baseball, I think Dickerson. Oh gosh,
It's an error.
good job, McKinstry. Really showing CMU some love right now.
That's okay.
Fudge, you said.
I would say Dickerson is probably the better overall broadcast or baseball broadcaster, but as an overall broadcaster, Benetti's better because he's got football, basketball.
He does a lot.
Does the Fox hoops on Friday for the Big Ten? Does football for for Fox, and then you adds in baseball. I just like the jokes that he has and everything that he just like. He adds what a TV broadcast should be. Just
Exactly.
not the here's the pitch and grounder whatever. Like I didn't think Shepard. I thought Shepard was really boring.
Yes.
Yep. Or oh my gosh, it's a pop up. Oh my gosh, it's a home run. Like how does that happen?
Not good. Not
good. But I think I just overall think it's a really really well put together broadcast, and the person that orchestrates it all is also a CMU grad. So
Oh, no kidding.
yeah.
Okay. See, I was going to say, you hit it on the head because I think Dickerson's a better play-by-play guy.
for sure. Like
Really?
you want to hear a big play in a playoff game.
Yes.
You want Dickerson for sure.
But just as far as entertainment, I think
Benetti's a little
Benetti's
dorky, but
great.
he's funny, but it's like dorky jokes. You know what I'm
but
saying?
you got to hit with Dirks. They're they're wearing
joke-
Arby's hats
dad
up there and
joke
shit.
central.
It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, I like Dirks.
I'm a fan.
Petrie, if you like technical analysis from a pitching perspective, I think
Boring.
he does a great job. But if I'm just casually watching the game, I don't need to know difference between split finger, sinker, cutter. I'm
would
just
take Dirks.
watching the game.
Actually, if you listen to Dirks, he'll break it down.
He does.
He
He
just
does.
more recently played. He does a phenomenal job.
Much rather have Dirks. Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
times he'll call slider, and the next pitch is a slider because he just knows what's coming. I mean, I think he's more in tune with the pitchers than Petrie is now, but Petrie's fine. Like he's just like your dad calling the game, whatever.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Petrie. But I'm just
I mean, he's 84 Tiger. Everybody's always gonna appreciate him.
He's got a weird voice though. It's like it seems it doesn't sound as well as it should.
I think it's that mustache.
you think that's what it is?
It's too thick.
Yeah. All right, so I think
Trying to
we're
be the
now
walrus.
we have an expert, a broadcast
Yeah.
expert. None of us have any background in broadcasting at all.
So the missus and I. That's the first time I've ever referred to it.
Ethel? Usually call her Ethel.
Ethel and I will a couple times we tuned in to CMU versus whoever in ladies basketball, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So what games have you called? What have you?
So I've done soccer play-by-play for CMU. I did field hockey one time. Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
No, you can't say that.
I had to learn a whole new sport, and then the reviews would take like 15 minutes.
It had its challenges.
Yeah.
I mean, who
And
knows field hockey? That's tough.
lacrosse was entertaining.
I don't know the rules of field hockey, but
No,
it's
I don't
similar
either.
to.
I
You know
still-
who he might know
Who's that?
is Dante's daughter.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Do you know what Christina Rosa?
Cristiano Rosa?
No, is that Christina?
Yeah, that's her. Christiana.
Christiana,
Christiana Rosa.
Yes, in the Greek system at Central Michigan, she was my big sister. Yes, I know all about Chris. I know a
how
lot of
funny
about
is
Christian-
that?
She does some broadcasting.
Yes,
stuff,
yes, she's at Grand Valley. She's a SID for
Okay.
track and field, I believe. She was the one that actually got me into like the CMU athletics at Central. Yeah,
There you go.
Interesting.
yeah.
What are the odds of that, Towns?
She was doing the Royal Oak
Yes, Leprechauns.
Leprechauns. That's a
What is that? Is
summer.
that semi-pro league?
It's a summer season for college kids, I believe. Ryan
Just passed that field yesterday.
confirmed that.
She did that with Jimmy John's too and everything.
She was at Jimmy John's.
Yes,
she
she
did
was
do
last
that.
year. But Jimmy John's apparently has like AI broadcast now, so there's like
Really?
there's like 2 people that work it. So I have no idea how that
What?
works.
Don't like that.
That's
at
pretty
all.
lame.
But for
Used to be Matt Derry, I believe. Doing,
Well, he did the on-field.
yeah.
I don't really
But
know if
there's
they
no
ever had a
TV.
broadcaster.
There's no TV broadcast though for the.
no, it's like a stream or something. It's like
Oh, a stream. Gotcha.
like what are because I've done lacrosse, field hockey, women's basketball, men's basketball,
That's awesome.
soccer. Like like you have any question? Like what do you guys wanna know?
Well, what's your so Josh Benedetti
Josh Benedetti. I
is
think it is.
your
No, Benedetti.
probably
Jason
your
Benedetti.
probably your like hero,
Hero?
right? Because he does all the sports, right?
Hero, I guess. I don't know if I have like a straight broadcaster that
Like that would be the dream, right?
yes,
To be,
to do.
or do you want to stick to one sport and?
I think soccer personally would be my favorite to do because it's like the easiest.
I could
guess-
try to line up
I
for the
love
World
soccer.
Cup and
Oh, the World
Yeah,
Cup would
you
be,
could be in
the
there.
World Cup would be sweet, even though USA would or the United States would host it completely wrong. But
yeah.
It's
You
nice to have
played
a,
soccer,
the
right?
US
You're a
hosted,
soccer
though.
guy?
yeah, the US hosts. Yeah,
it's
No,
nice
no.
to have a soccer expert
They're not the
on the
only
show.
one hosting.
no,
once.
it's US, Canada, and Mexico. But
I
it's
think
good.
that's going to be great.
Based off last summer, it's not going to go well.
I'm gonna try to go to a game. It's like Toronto,
The closest one's like in Toronto. I think.
Philly, and Atlanta. I think are the closest
Rich,
hubs.
Rich, this kid was 7 years old. He'd wake up on Sunday mornings to watch Arsenal
Championship?
versus
Yes, Arsenal. Yeah, that was
You've
my
been
team.
following Wrexham at all?
Do I follow? I follow it. I don't watch any of their games,
Isn't that
but
crazy? 3 straight promotions?
it's unheard of. Never happened. It's never
So
happened.
I can't wait. The new, I think FX just started this week.
Yes,
I'm
they
gonna check
did
the season.
3 episodes, I believe.
It's going to be great to watch. Can't watch. That's a great documentary.
Yeah, it's good, but there's certain steps that they mention the first couple episodes where they're like, we're going too fast, because they gotta integrate a couple other things.
Well, how many divisions are?
They
Levels are-
just got to the second level, so they're in the championship league
is there
next
like
year. Next
5
year,
levels, and they were at the bottom.
there's actually like a lot of levels.
There's, like,
in English
30.
soccer. Yeah,
No way.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just
They have 30.
They were
levels.
stuck in the 5th level though, and it's hard. It's very hard to get out of that 5th level, and it took them 2 years to do it. Even though, but ever since then, they've gone up every league since.
'Cause they were talking about college football maybe having some kind of system.
That
like
would, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
if
I
college
would
football did
agree with that, too.
Like a promotion.
yes,
Yep.
absolutely. I would agree with that.
I love that system. I think it's one of the coolest systems out there.
But for a typical broadcast, what I would do for a prep would be for Central Michigan, say they're playing Eastern or something, I just go on each website and I just look at the key players, for basketball, the 10 guys in the rotation, and just look at what they contribute. And then for Central, what they do is their SID, which is Sports Information Director, they create 20-ish pages worth of notes, and you just kind of like highlight what you think is most important. And then you talk to like a coach beforehand and just kind of see what the vibe is with the team and what some things that you're looking for. And the funniest thing is how much you prep, you don't even use it. Like you probably use like 10% of it, but it's just like information that I could fill this time for like 30
right,
seconds.
when you find
It's-
some gaps. to
Yeah,
throw
and-
some
but the
nuggets
thing-
out there, right?
but of like you could have like 5 pages of notes and you could use like this much worth
Sure.
in the whole broadcast, which is just crazy. And Central Michigan had the most bare bones broadcast there was because it was all just student ran outside of the 2 or 3 adults that we had, like our director of multimedia or whatever, who was our director for all of it. But it was all just student ran, so it was.
They have a strong broadcasting program over there, correct?
Yes.
And so that's part of it is having the students be
Didn't
part of the
Dick, what's his name?
Enberg.
Come from? Enberg.
Dick and
And
Oh no, he was from CMU.
Yes.
Did
made
not
his
know
own.
that. Didn't know that.
Do you know he was married to? Give me that lady's name. I'm not.
Is that a tennis player?
No, she was like one of the first CBS lady reporters on the sideline.
Phyllis George?
Right after her, the main one after her. And everybody, oh no, he was
He's
married
an
to
Armada.
Joyce, something, Andrea Joyce.
Never heard of her.
He's from Armada too, so he's from the area.
Yeah, Armada, that's right.
And
Yeah, they flew him in. That was,
So when you're calling
they
a
flew
game,
him in when he
though,
passed away.
when you're calling
Oh,
a game, though, are you
they flew
out of
his
your
remains
way
back, is what you're,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
trying to be like towards CMU, or are you trying to just like call it down the middle as you see, or like what's? Do they give you any direction on that?
we're Central's pretty neutral on stuff because
No,
for-
like when they're playing Eastern, though, are you calling it like a little bit towards the hometown tilt a
No.
little bit?
no, that's not at all. Like you might like there might be calls where you like that should go in Central's favor, but it doesn't. But there's never really a
Because when Shepard used to call the Michigan games, oh my God, him and Terry Mill, I can't believe that when against.
no. There's
Tones disagrees.
I personally
Don't says
Is
fair
that
and
something they
balanced
cover
was
though in your
Shep-
classes, like to try to be, not
Not-
towards a.
Not really. It was more of because I would have basically what I would do is once a week. So I would record I would pull up a say for instance Michigan State full basketball game, and I would take my phone and just record myself broadcasting it for like 10 minutes, and then I would go to the voice of CMU, sit down, and he would just tell me that I was like really bad. Basically, he just told me what I should critique and everything, and we never talked about biases because we were never really biased in any sort of way. I would say. I mean, obviously, the cool stats that we would have were in favor of Central Michigan just because we were handed them, and some other schools wouldn't give that to us, and we wouldn't.
Yeah,
really...
more information to work with.
Yeah,
right?
I will say this though, because I've been on multiple trips with the baseball, softball, women's basketball teams. The best stats that I've ever received from another school was MSU. Their baseball and soft. I went to Michigan State for softball and baseball a couple times when CMU played them. CMU won both times, but their
Right,
stat
last year.
this year.
Last year Central was really good, right?
In what?
Baseball.
No, they were good 3 to 4 years ago. They've sucked ever since their coach left.
Where'd he go?
Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's.
It's like
Bear-
Brian Kelly.
Bearcats with a K.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, Kill? Be
No,
Kill.
that's Bearcats with a C.
Dang it.
Wrong one.
But no, like the trips were like the best parts with the team because you get to see like how a Division I collegiate team operates. Like, what are the student managers doing? You get to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to a shooting practice and just kind of see the drills that they do, and you get free food. I probably got because there was say the game's on Wednesday. We get a meal thing on Sunday. The head student manager would text us and like a Google sheet or something, and you just put in you're like, this is the restaurants that we're going to, find something. And so I would get a meal when I arrived on the bus, get off the bus, there was a meal. Then in the morning there was a meal.
It's a lot of eating.
And then
They had
after
to like pick all this stuff out?
yeah, and then after shoot around there was a meal. And then after the game, so I got 5 free meals
Oh, that's
pretty good.
awesome.
on each trip.
D-Dub's thinking about going back to school. Yeah.
So I was able to go to, of all the different schools I was able to go to, the big ones I was able to go to Michigan for a basketball game, Notre Dame softball, MSU a couple times for softball, baseball, and then various MAC schools like Akron, everything. And there's a couple times where like the coaches are just screaming at the players, and I'm just sitting there like.
Do you ever go out to the West Coast?
No, the one West Coast trip that there was, it was over like Thanksgiving.
It's been a big debate on this show whether it's Oregon or Oregon.
I go Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're probably
Interesting.
right. I think you're probably right.
I just go based off what they say
I
in
don't think
college
so.
football.
The
Oregon.
Oregon.
But no, it's
Oregon
it's a
Trail.
fun.
You didn't say
Go Ducks.
Oregon Trail.
What about
Oregon
the phonetic pronunciation of all the players' names?
Oh, that's another thing.
SID?
That's another thing with the notes. So I also did a lot of PA announcing, public address announcing, and when I arrived,
We know what PA means.
Yeah, we're not that dumb.
and in the notes, if you're broadcasting it or you're at the PA, there is like all the pronunciations for all the names. And sometimes I'll go up to like the coaches and just be like, this and this, is this how it's pronounced? Is this how it's pronounced? But I will say this, with the amount of soccer knowledge that I have, it's very easy for me to pronunciate them, all the tricky names, just because you have all the European soccer names.
Sure.
So it always helps. Like we had a Central Michigan player last year on the men's basketball team, Ugnis Yerasevicius was his
good.
name, and he just got.
Ugnis.
Well, he did get $750,000 to go to Nebraska to play basketball next year. So
Wow.
he was doing
Good
something.
for him.
You played basketball last year for CM?
Yes, and CMU won like 8 games. So
$750K. Man.
yeah.
Will they put his full name on the back of the jersey?
Yes, they do actually. Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
Just check.
But no, there's a lot of fun experiences at Central Michigan. A lot of hands-on stuff, which has helped me in the 2-3 weeks of post grad. So
Sure.
I enjoy it.
I see you're also wearing a little burgundy there. There's like some
Yeah.
chip colors.
Yeah, fire up.
Yeah, fire up chips. Well, very
How about
cool,
Jim
man.
Costa?
Jim Costa. Yeah, he is a good friend of my broadcasting mentor. So
That's right. Cookies, right?
cookies. Yeah.
Cookie
So
jar.
I've heard of him.
Have you got to meet him or anything yet?
I've not gotten to meet him, but I know he's been in town a couple of times. But my mentor is and the director of multimedia, so my other boss, really good friends with him, and they always every time I walk in, they're like listening to his on the Odyssey app.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, listen in the morning.
yeah,
He's,
Peter
I
Costa.
know he's a big chip guy.
Jim, Peter Costa.
Cool.
but yeah, no, it's a fantastic
Yeah.
experience.
Well,
Totally,
wish you
man.
continued luck in your journey there. And
And me-
hopefully you come back when you're a big superstar.
Yeah, I hope so. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. All right, man. What else we got here?
You
Left on
should
this
get in
agenda.
with
we're running low.
ESPN.
That'd be
should.
true. I'll be hosting
should.
college game day.
How about
next
Mike
year.
That would be-
Tirico?
What have you been doing?
Yeah.
You haven't been getting in it with
You
ESPN?
running to Tirico yet?
Right.
He's
Come
a
on.
Ann Arbor guy.
No, I have not. No.
No. I saw him at the draft. Almost bumped into him. He's a small fella.
Yes,
He's about 5'2", I would guess.
I will say that though. Darren McCarty's not that much bigger than me either. So and I'm kind of short. So
I did not know that.
Does anybody need a beer? We got about 2 hours left. Here. Is that-
I don't. Let's
No?
move on.
I got more over
I'm
here.
gonna try some. I'm gonna have a little G right now. Okay.
A little G.
Yeah.
Enjoying the G.
I'm just not
That's okay.
touching A or D. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. I have more beers over. They're all lime.
I can't do
themed,
D.
but,
I'll
D's
take
No,
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 more
not
of
at
that
all.
D. That's for sure.
D's a no-go.
Maybe
No
for your
fly zone.
guys' like punishments, you should just make someone drink a full beer of the whatever.
the,
D
yeah,
was.
that
I'm handing my
Limon
D's out.
Sol, whatever the hell that was.
It's the
I
Modelo.
didn't like that.
It's a Modelo.
Yeah, that was.
You're adverse to salt.
Nah,
I
I'm not-
love salt. I mean, I love it,
Yes.
and that was just not good. Yeah, I didn't think it was very good. All right, let's take a look at our top pick standings. Every week we do top picks here on the Numbers Guys
These are the
across all
picks.
sports, and these are the top picks coming up. Richie down 21.92 units since the start of the show, about 95 shows ago. I got to start looking because we're
You
coming
know
up
what
on
the sad
100.
part was I was all over Caitlin Clark, and she'd put up a triple-double.
Yeah,
I
triple-double.
should just bet the damn triple-double.
I know. I saw
what,
that. I was
It would
like,
have been like
that
8.5
sucks.
units.
I think that's what Portnoy did.
He did.
He did,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he made
did.
like
He got it.
500K off her or something like
Now
that.
that like the WNBA wants them banned.
It was funny that Barstool Sports posted that he won 500,000, and then below it said average or highest WNBA salary 250K.
Yeah, he made double the salary.
Hey, there's been some movement besides in Rich's pants. There's been
my
movement
bowels.
here in Tones' bowels. In second and third place,
Both the front and back cover.
you've got D-Dub after that Scotty Scheffler pick. D-Dub doesn't bet much, but when he bets, it's always Scotty Scheffler, and it's usually a win. Minus 11.12 is D-Dub. Tones now moved to third at minus 15.43. I'm still hanging tough in first, down 0.74 units. And here we go. Where's the button?
These are the top.
There we go.
picks.
These are the top picks. I think it's just Tones is the only one that has picks. Anybody else? I didn't
Wait,
know.
I had
That's what
nothing. I looked. I couldn't find
No.
anything I liked.
Okay.
I couldn't get Scotty at the right number, so
Yeah, Tones is looking to take you back over here, Dubs.
I had Hurricanes money line to respond tonight in game 2 against the Panthers at home.
That was
And-
early. I should have said something earlier.
Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
said.
I should have
that
said something.
And I took the under. Just think it's a low scoring series with them. So
Man, that game is underway. What's it look like back there?
I don't know.
3-0 Panthers right now.
So that's the wrong way. Maybe the under will hit though. So
Could be the under. Yeah.
I split that up on purpose. I got Oilers responding. Dallas took game 1. I think Oilers will tie it up. I think this is a 7-game series, and I think the Oilers will be 1-1 going back to Edmonton.
Didn't they score like the Panthers score? I'm sorry, not the Stars score like 5 goals
Yeah,
last night in
it
the
was
third
crazy.
or something?
Oilers were up, and then they all scored like 5 goals in a period or something like that. Though.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. You got the
This
Tigers
is
tonight
tomorrow.
as well.
This
Oh,
is tomorrow.
Okay, sorry.
I purposely did this because the early game, and the Tigers will respond from this loss.
Yeah.
They'll
Hope so.
money line it over.
You gotta like it
everything,
now.
So, yeah.
Just got smoked.
Who's on the mound for us?
Plus 232.
I
Who's
think it
on
was-
the bump?
I think it was TBA both, so I like that for the
So-
over.
He's
so
good.
pitching chaos day.
Pitching chaos, so the over looks sexy on that. So
For sure. All right, give me 1 second here.
Actually, their chaos days are low. Like they don't give up
Sometimes.
much. Yeah.
So they got a couple
unless
injuries.
it's Montero
If it's Montero, it's going over.
over.
As long as Maeda's not pitching. That's all that matters.
Did they get
long
rid
gone
of him
now.
finally?
Yeah, he's back to North Korea.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. As good as the Tigers have been, they've totally wasted $35 million on Maeda and
Alex Cobb,
Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb hasn't pitched
No one
once
even
this year.
remembers that we even signed that guy.
and he's getting
$15 million.
he's getting more shots, and he was supposed to retire. So I think the Tigers called him, say we'll give you $15 million. He's like, okay, I'll just get a bunch of shots and hang out, collect the check. Like
What a
unbelievable.
joke, man. It's like-
That was a waste of money. Yes.
100%.
Let me give you guys the trivia answer. The trivia answer. Here was the question. First, give you the question. Which Avalanche player broke Red Wing center Chris Draper's jaw in Game 6 of the 1996 Western Conference Finals? Here is what everyone guessed. D-Dub, whoop, there we go. D-Dub says Claude Lemieux.
Did I spell that right?
Claude Lemieux.
I couldn't figure out the
Probably.
spelling on it.
I couldn't figure out the spelling either.
Yeah,
I think I did
Tones.
the I before E.
If you
except
did it with a
after
W,
M.
you lose.
Yeah, Tones. Claude Lemieux. Ryan, Claude Lemieux. He actually spelled.
We-
no, he reversed. a
We
couple
moved the
letters.
I's and E's around.
We know
And
it's
E's.
Here comes the worst.
He didn't even capitalize it. Come on, Rich.
The music.
Come on.
Lemieux.
Claude Lemieux. The answer is, of course, Claude Lemieux required some surgery after he bashed his face into the boards. Shattered his cheek and orbital bone. Not cool. Not cool. And then the Avalanche went on to win the Stanley Cup that year, as Tones would be happy to tell you. Although, yeah.
Not happened.
Well, that's right. You were about to say something, right?
We had exact
I
revenge
watched
next year.
the E60 documentary
That
a
was
couple
pretty-
years
that was
ago.
pretty good, yeah.
And that's where I was kind of like, wow, can't believe this happened with one of the Detroit teams. And like just asking, my parents, some of my aunts and uncles are like, I can't believe there was one game, the game, I believe after Lemieux, like
It was
broke-
March 26th.
they had like
97.
police escorts for the Avalanche. They had people sniffing. They had dogs sniffing bombs.
Oh, it was
Like, should be about McCarthy. Doesn't McCarthy fight with him like the second they dropped the puck the next game or something?
Yeah, they did it a couple of times actually.
The following year was like
The best was when the 2 goalies started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Duking
I
it
remember that.
Juan,
remember that.
Juan Brennan.
Roy.
I will say that I do kind of wish there was more of like sports rivalries like that. I guess in the
Right.
pro sports, college you see that a little bit more.
That
Like I
was,
remember,
that was
Used
a
to be
few
more
year-
pronounced, more, I don't know, 30,
but you
40
don't really
years
see
ago.
that with pro sports. More college just because of all the different rivalries. Like I remember the rivalry week this year. There was like North Carolina State fought, Michigan, Ohio State fought, Arizona. Like everyone was fighting, and then like you get to the pro sports, there's no fights outside of
Nothing.
the Pistons.
Yeah, right. Nothing but respect in pro
You didn't like
sports.
that contrived Tigers versus Blue Jays series last week?
No.
Did you say it was contrived?
Contrived, yes.
Well,
they're
last week
making
was rivalry.
rivalries up.
Yeah, that was our rival.
Now, in 87, yes, I agree with you.
Oh, yeah, sure. I remember that.
80.
One game
87.
playoff.
Right.
Game
right.
163.
That's up there at the Sky Dome.
Sick on
back
my
then.
couch and 8 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Interesting. All right. I'm going to close it for nobody called tonight.
So there's no beer
Kind
to
of
buy next
unusual.
week.
Nah. Oh, yeah, that's true. No
So,
beer.
okay, can we vote on 2 weeks from now lemon or orange beers? Can we do that? Oh,
I'm sorry about that. I totally effed that up.
is that a hot topic?
That's not a hot
or orange
topic.
beers?
No DMs.
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. There
We're
we go.
DM light this week. We had too
What?
much lime beer.
No, this is actually shorter than I thought it was going to be. I talked to D-Dub earlier. I said, we can't read the DMs this week because this is going to be like a 3-hour show as it is. And we're only at 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy,
whack.
man.
So it's crazy, says Tones. All right.
Dan
Shout-outs.
Petrie.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Let's give Ryan first. Anybody like a shout out? You can shout out anybody you want or whatever.
You guys for putting me on the show today. I really
that's kind.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Somebody else.
Shout out.
got to. Appreciate the show. This is an awesome setup, by the way. I was really
Thank you.
When I was talking to Maz today, he's like, "Oh yeah, they're at the office." I'm like, "That's weird." They're like, it's actually in an office. So that was
Yeah.
kind of. It's a maze down there, by the way. I kind of just kept. Oh, here's the stairs.
I was in the
it's difficult.
John, and you got here pretty quick.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna somehow
miles
find.
away.
I was like, oh, stairs just magically appeared, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, if you
this
keep
must be
just
the spot.
walking long enough, eventually you find it.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but we try to keep it difficult.
Shout out.
Right.
Keep the fans out.
Keep the riffraff
Yeah.
from coming up here.
But yeah, my family, I guess,
There
my
you go.
parents, Joey, Maggie, and my sister Rachel, who just graduates a week from today. So we'll add another Anchor Bay alum. There's a couple already here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to Anchor Bay High School as well.
Yes, got Anchor Bay.
Shout out.
Go Tars.
Go to us.
You could be, if you went to Wayne State, we could have said he went from being a tar to being a tar.
A Tatar.
Did you know that?
Or if you went to North Carolina, a Tar to a Tar Heel.
To a tartar to a tar heel.
How about that?
Shout out.
Wade's now calling themselves Warriors, right?
Yeah.
That's BS.
The Warriors.
They're the
That's the name of the
Tartars.
show.
Tatars.
All right, Richie, anybody?
Shout out my dad. He had a long surgery yesterday, but pulled through like a trooper.
Oh, man.
Good for him. Speedy
Had
recovery.
something called a Whipple. You ever have a Whipple, Jim?
I've heard of Ripple wine. That's what I like to drink. No, D-Dubs had that. You like the
yes.
Ripple. Me, you,
I
Fred
think out of
Sanford?
all
No?
of us, Tones would probably qualify for the next in line for a Whipple.
A Whipple?
Has to do with your butt?
Fistula
Is that what it
Whipple.
is?
Like intestines and stuff like
Oh,
that. You gotta
jeez.
pull a bunch of stuff here and there. And
Sounds like you're whipping your intestines around.
I don't want to get any older.
anyways,
Shout
long surgery, 8 hours. But
8 hours,
He's in recovery and doing well. So
All right.
Shout out.
Happy Memorial Weekend to all the brave soldiers that keep our country free and hopefully for a long time to come.
Shout out.
That's a good one,
The
Tom.
soldiers. I'll go. This people go with the soldiers.
Yeah, okay.
Want to shout out my son
Shout
Holden, who we've been following his chase for 500,
Yeah, for sure.
but these last 2 weeks
Not
he's
kind.
dipped.
Not kind to him.
Finished at 480.
it's a hell
Season's
of a
over?
season.
Season's over.
Oh, shit. But he finished at 480.
JV season's
Shout
over.
out.
He just got
Okay.
called up to varsity for the rest of the varsity season.
Well,
Yeah,
nice. I'm
that's
sure he
awesome.
is. He's batting 480 for crying out loud.
Now, Daryl, in the leaderboard in the gym for varsity, what's the all-time?
I don't know if they put that one on there.
What?
I'm not sure.
You gotta
But
have,
JV,
average.
you know, it's not the same.
It's not the same, but I mean, I'm just curious for the next couple of years.
There
I
were
don't know.
there were a couple kids at Woodward that coached JV baseball, and they were so happy that the season was ending this year. They're ending
yeah,
today.
that's-
Really?
They do not like the team.
480 was pretty good, though. I tell you, at this age,
amazing.
it's pretty.
It's
I
remarkable.
think he'd been reading his some of his press clippings lately,
Oh, it'll happen to
which
you, man. Yeah.
are his press clippings come from Mrs. Kim from Kim's Alterations over in
And dry cleaning.
Shelby Township. Yes,
Yeah.
You've heard of what fortune cookies?
Yeah.
She puts little things in her pan pocket. As you're gonna go through a slump this week. And I think he was reading
Shout
into
out.
that a little too
Oh,
much.
no.
Daryl,
Did he-
did you see anybody go yard this year and watching the baseball?
No, not at JV. Not at JV. But definitely there was a few on varsity at Eisenhower and more across the board who they were playing and whatnot.
What were the odds of him going over 500?
I
for the
mean,
season?
I don't know. At this age, though, it's like pretty wild to get to that number. I mean,
That's great.
But, shout out. And,
Shout out.
he's been playing baseball for a long time, like probably 11 years or so. But it really goes back to, like, childhood, like when you're little. And he was blessed to have a pretty good group of kids in the neighborhood that was including mostly Ryan here, who was 6 years older than him. But he
Okay.
always, included him in the games. And I think that's made all the difference in his life. He loves sports. And, I even got a video of
Shout out.
Holden and Ryan cutting down our basketball net one summer.
Oh, you guys win the championship?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
for sure.
I do remember that. I don't
They
know
got
what
the ladder out and everything.
I
Nice.
don't know what the exact game was, but yeah, I think because you guys were replacing the net.
Well, yeah, I guess
then-
that'd be one reason.
You guys were replacing the net, and we're like, let's just cut it down. Like,
Yeah, why not? You have
Yeah.
to.
They had the music out there and everything.
Oh,
One
that's pretty
shining
awesome.
moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
So-
that's really cool.
So thank you, Ryan, for coming. It was awesome. Ever since I've known this
Shut
kid, honestly, the first memories, he was like 3 years old, running through my yard with his diaper on, I think. I don't know if it's a little... I thought he should have been potty trained by then, but...
there's water balloon fights. I was probably running through the
that's-
yard there, too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And always just a nice kid, and played a lot of soccer, and it was either he's gonna be a pro soccer player or a broadcaster, and here we are. So
Here
best
we
of
are.
luck to you. Appreciate you coming on, and hopefully we'll get you to come back on again soon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Loved it.
Cool. Yeah, that was really nice. Real
Profound?
Nice, real nice words. Really, that was not quite rich profound, but it was up there. Not bad.
Well,
Oh
Not
well.
bad.
Jim
All right,
Nance,
well,
like-
I got to give Ryan Glinski a shout out as well. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for being here. I don't have the backstory that D-Dub does, but yeah, definitely thanks
There'll
for
be no
coming
nuts,
by.
no nets being cut down.
No, not in my past. No.
like a dewy fall night.
Yes.
The nets were cut down.
Oh, this is going to go to your head. I got Gagu. Let me show you something here, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Check
shout
this
out
shit
to
out.
Gagu, too, for this great fan.
Boom. What do you think of that thing? Okay, now
Can't
this
even
is,
hear it.
Can't hear
You
it.
can't even hear
damn
it.
thing.
You can't even hear it. This is how my mother-in-law. This is
Is this
how
a Dyson?
It's like a Dyson. There's no blades.
I think this is the Chinese knockoff. This is from, what's that?
Temu?
Temu? Is
I
it
don't
a
think
Temu
so.
buy?
Hey, I'm going to guess QVC again on this one.
Irvana.
I think we could time travel in the middle of that
But
thing.
okay, so I had said on the show before that
like
like
fit through it. It's like your Lego being 2016.
I've said in the show before that I'm out of we don't have any plugs. Like this whole show was ran on 2 electrical outlets, and then I've obviously complained about how hot it is, and I've also said, but we can't really have a fan because it would be too loud and it would you'd hear it.
So what do you do?
So what does my mother-in-law do? She finds a battery-powered fan that is exceptionally quiet because it's bladeless. And what was the other thing? It's going to cool the place down. It's cooling it
I
down.
can
Those
feel
3
it.
things.
It's not hot today, but I can
No.
definitely see
Hey.
it'll make a difference.
That's on low, buddy.
Hello.
You wait till I'm going to be sucking the cold air up these stairs.
Couple weeks we're gonna blast
Couple
that.
weeks. Oh yeah,
Full throttle.
It's good, man.
I hope so.
It's good.
It's like
so
global cooling around here.
yeah. So thanks to Gagu on that.
Like
Also,
Al Gore blowing in my face.
Shut up.
I got. She's fucking say Al Gore blowing in your face. Fucking no
Where's it
lime.
come up with? How many beers does this guy
Yeah,
have?
no more lime beer for you, Tones. Jesus.
You rated everything 3.5 and lower, and it's all gone.
We got kosher Mikey cutlets.
Nice.
Kosher Mikey cutlets for the Blantons. Thanks, man. Shout out to you, buddy.
Shut up.
Kosher Mikey cutlets, and I think that's all I got. Next week,
I think that was Dave's plans.
no, it was me and Tones. Me and Tones got the
Okay.
plans.
I earned that bitch this time.
Yeah, we Tones and I have done a ton of work. Anyway, and Putter says go Tars. There you go. Also an Anchor Bay alumni, I think.
Yes,
is,
sir.
the
Class
Putt.
of
Go
1990.
Tars.
Yeah, class of 1990. Yeah, next week 7:30. We got the booze guy coming on from Detroit
And there's no pre-drinking
Distillery?
next week.
City
for me.
Distillery. What's that?
No
Dante?
pre-gaming next week. for
No
me.
pre-gaming next week.
We're gonna have lots of bourbon.
Yeah, lots of bourbon. And again, thank you, Ryan, for being here. And I think that's going to do it. So we will see you guys 1 week, same time, same place.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your nice long weekend.
Oh, is that Rich?
No.
No.
We're back.